Fresh out the box! Fresh out the box! Fresh out the box!
Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays Nevermore from Ian Lemke. I am Johananan, and I will be playing Ali.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm the co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast, but tonight I'll be reprising my role as Cassidy Williams, I believe.
Yeah, I think that was it.
And I am Vampire Bites, and I'm going to be playing Luna Ramirez again.
And I am Michael Powell, aka the dastardly, dashing Mr. Kapow, and I am taking on the role of Yu Fei.
All right. My name's Ian Lemke. I'm going to be the narrator this evening for this Nevermore tale, which is a different kind of light. That's the name of it. We were already halfway or so through the adventure, but we're going to pick up this evening and see what kind of trouble these folks can get into. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, could each of you let folks know about the cabal that you're a member of? Because all members, all the characters in Nevermore are members of a cabal, which is sort of your class or whatnot, but it's your faction within the esoteric order of the Illuminists, and they each have a different approach to dealing with the darkness.
I am a disciple of the Emerald Tablet and a master of alchemy.
All right.
I'm Scholar of Mu, which we are investigators skilled in uncovering long-lost information.
And I will be playing a rook. We are the seedy underworld, the hidden secrets.
And I am a Theurge. We're the finger wiggling folks who talk with spirits and do all that spooky magic stuff.
Spiritism, that kind
Spiritists,
of thing. Yes. Talking with the dead, banishing the dead, things like
I
that.
love that you wiggle your fingers to do it. That's that's the long-lost secret to magic. Is all you got to do is wiggle your fingers when you're thinking about it, guys.
Pretty
I'm
much.
going to make that a requirement in Nevermore that the player has to wiggle their fingers whenever a therapist does any kind of.
Or else you fail your
magic.
casting.
That's
Yeah.
why. That's why they invented thumb shackles.
Exactly. Well, I should also let everybody know that
Jazz hands.
Nevermore is coming to Kickstarter October 4th, so it's coming soon. You can log into the Kickstarter page right now and check out the preview page, which isn't a whole lot, but you can sign up to get notifications when things go live and to find out, upcoming news and such. So,
I linked it in the chat.
awesome. I guess we will dive right in. I think last time you'd done a lot of investigation. You'd heard about this young woman who had passed away fairly recently, tragically. Her family had died a year before in a fire. She'd been sort of adopted by her aunt, and after she was laid to rest, her aunt started having these dreams, or had this dream, in which she saw her niece, and it was surrounded in this pulsing red light, and she felt trapped in some way. The group was asked to investigate this by a friend of Ms. Kinder, the aunt of the young woman who had passed away. They first went to the gravesite where they discovered that it had in fact been disturbed, and they also came to the conclusion that there were some ghouls amongst some humans who had disturbed the gravesite. They found a clue which led them to a tavern in Fells Point, the Seven Stars Tavern, where they found the group in question, managed to actually get in with them, talk with them a little bit. Didn't find out a whole lot, but, actually sort of made friends with these people. The clue they were following up involved kegs of whiskey that had been sold to the tavern, and apparently these kegs of whiskey they were using the steel bodies that they robbed. But the kegs of whiskey sort of led them to the Melville distillery, where they had a little bit of excitement breaking into the place. Well, the breaking in went just fine, but at one point they were discovered, and everyone had to flee into the night a little bit haphazardly. But they did find out that the owner of the distillery was having a whiskey tasting the following day and managed to pilfer a few invitations to that. So that's where we stand. It's quite late at night. By the time they get back to their lodge, about 2 a.m. I presume you all are just packing it in for the night, or is anybody doing anything else that night?
Grabbing some Z's.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe some of you lost some grit and no, I don't think any courage yet, but there has been some grit loss, has there not?
Yes.
Okay. So let's deal with that real quick. If you get a good night's sleep, allows you to automatically recover all grit and a chance to recover some courage. So if you all sleep, throughout the night, get yourselves a good 6-7 hours, you'll be fully refreshed in the morning. We were talking about this earlier, but of note, if you're actually within an Atheros, getting a good night's rest is not a guaranteed thing. And you may be subject to nightmares or all sorts of interesting things that can happen, some of which can actually be useful. You could actually have a prophetic dream, something like of that nature. But yeah, you all get a good night's rest. All of your grit is recovered the next morning. to get good 8 hours, you're going to have to sleep until about 8 or 9. So call it by 10 in the morning. You're all up, have had some breakfast, courtesy of Mr. Kraus. Makes you a good hearty breakfast of some eggs and bacon and ham and sausages and bread,
And
buttered
whiskey.
bread. And whiskey. Whiskey. It's coffee, but whiskey, with the coffee if you prefer.
At some point during my sleep, I would have had to have gotten up to do the sunrise prayer, but
Yes.
then I would have gone right back to sleep. So
I will not count that against your rest because that's just sort of your routine.
Yeah.
You're used to that. Normally, if something wakes you up, it's part of your character's routine. All good with that. But yeah, by 10 o'clock, you're good to go. The actual whiskey tasting isn't supposed to take place till 2. You had talked about possibly visiting Ms. Kinder because you never actually interviewed her at all to see if you could learn anything further about what she knew. Whether or not she does, who knows? But always going to the source doesn't hurt. Or you could just go out to the where the whiskey tasting is to take place.
Should we inform our client of, because this is all, it has to be done by Monday when they're going to exhume the body, but they're not going
Right.
to find a body. So should we just let our client know that?
So I do believe we decided to go talk to her at the very least. But
Well, not the
not the woman,
not the woman on Kinder, but the guy that gave us the original.
the friend that
Yeah.
professor.
Mhm.
Yeah, the professor. Should we let him know that really they don't want to do an inquisition or an exhumation because there's nothing there?
We could tell him. Oh no, he's out of town.
Yeah, but he did tell
But we
you
can wire him.
you could wire him at the Fifth Avenue Hotel.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Another possibility too, line of inquiry is that you did learn about that the Melville whiskey distillery is owned by this Mr. Von Omrick, which you know nothing about, other than that he seems to be an inventor of some kind, at least from what you saw of investigating his offices and such.
And the clerk is the decedent's fiance.
Fiance, yes.
Do we have?
Yeah.
Does our base have the capability to send a wire, or do we have to go to an office?
You would probably have to go to a train station,
Fair
or,
enough.
Western Union office.
I'll look at all my compatriots. Shall we?
But be a few blocks away. I mean, it's not that far.
We'll just stop by the library and look up ghoul before we go too far. Maybe there's a special way for us to take down the ghoul. It's worth looking over some notes.
You're a good researcher, right?
Cut it with my
Yeah,
knife.
I have big research skills.
So do I. But why don't you go knock that out, and then we'll handle the wire and while you research.
Cool.
Then
Okay.
That'll work.
We'll pick you up at the library.
Well, let's do the library first. You want to look up information, see if you can find out anything more than you know about ghouls.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me a research test. Let's open with that.
So I have a 4 in my research skill. My psyche is an 8.
Yeah, you got a good. It's your thing.
Yeah, hopefully I could do it. I'm the guy.
Kind
1,
of your jam.
2, 3, and 4 cards. It looks like 2 successes.
3.
3.
Three.
Mouse doing weird stuff. Okay. So yes, it looks like. Wait a second. You need 8, so you have 2.
I can
3,
also
yeah,
draw
3.
2 more cards because I have Library 2 as an advantage ability.
Oh yeah, you can do that. So go ahead and draw your extra 2 cards.
What? See, I don't have
Yeah.
that. That makes you
1
better.
and 2, so that's 2 more successes.
Wow.
Yep. Okay, so you managed to come up with everything there is to find out about ghouls.
That's what I was hoping.
Let me get
See.
to that.
See, yeah, you are the better researcher. I don't have the library thing.
So I'm going to recap everything you already know for the benefit of anyone new tonight, and then new watching tonight, and also for all of you. And then I'll add the bits of information that you did not learn. Ghouls are known to be entities of the Etheros that feed on corpses of the dead. They're spirits, possibly of demonic origin, that appear in human or sometimes animal form. In Arabic myth, they're believed to be a diabolic form of jinn who haunt graveyards and devour human flesh. Ghouls are known to stray from an Etheros to seek dead human to seek food to consume, dead human flesh, but they tend to be very careful when they do so because their powers are greatly diminished. Although they are considered to be spiritual etheric entities, they always manifest physically and are not affected by spirit banishing rituals and the like. They are believed to take many forms, but are always recognized by their hooved feet. So you can even. But what you would know is that a normal person would just generally just not notice them, even though they're standing there with hooved feet. But if you actually look for it, and you know to look for it, you can spot it. Finally, there is some additional information. They have claws, which are known to secrete a paralytic substance, and their bite can cause an unhealable festering rot. Which so they can just bite someone, leave let them wander the desert or whatnot, and then come and feed on them later after they die.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to relay that information to you guys.
Since you got so many successes, I'm going to say it also occurs to you that there might be information on Mr. Von Omrick here as well.
Well.
I mean, if he's a local businessman, there's going to be periodicals and things like that, magazines and such that might have information about it.
So there actually is another cool ability I'd like to use, just because why not? We're in the finale episode. I have Illumination. It costs 1 fortune. Do I even have a fortune?
Which you don't have any. I was
I was
hoping
like,
you'd earn some with
I don't
that
think I
test.
have any. Never mind. It would have let me see his name through drawers and through cabinets and stuff,
Yep.
so I could walk right over to the piece
What?
of information.
That's
Yeah, you can
bananas.
Wow.
Instead, I'll do it the old-fashioned way and go digging around with my fingertips.
You can control
Yeah.
F in real life.
I can. That's exactly right.
All right, so go ahead and give me another test. Yeah, it's an awesome ability. Sadly, you have no fortune left. You could, just to let everybody know watching, he could spend a fortune if you wanted to. However, it would instantly transform into a doom. That would become a doom point for me, and I would get to take another fortune from the token to make it doom. But it looks
Can
like you
we
got a few
see how
successes.
many? Can we see how many doom or how many fortune counters are left?
There
Because
are
I know when that's
about-
empty.
There are 20 total.
Uh-huh.
Because there are 5 for each player. So you can just total up what's on the bottom here. Which
13.
Is 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. 13 are currently in play
Out of 20.
out of 20.
Okay.
So
So
you're
we're
good
not
for-
we're not too worried about the doom yet. So if you want that fortune, go for it.
I did not need it.
Now, you still pulled 3 successes.
Okay.
So that'll be, get some decent information on
Oh wait, one of those generated a fortune.
Oh, you're right,
right?
it did. Yep. So that'd be 4, but you don't need
Yeah,
it.
look at
So
that.
go ahead and we'll just give you the fortune.
Yeah, then I have one for next time I need to use Illumination.
Gary's crushing the library right now.
Oh, I just gave it to Jahan instead. Sorry about that.
Hey, thanks.
That's-
Can you
Use
toss
it
that one back
wisely,
out?
Jahan.
Oh, yeah, I'll slide it back up for you.
There we go. Let's delete that one, delete that, that. All right.
How unfortunate.
So you managed to dig up a little bit on Von Omrick. Von Omrick is a 67-year-old inventor and dilettante. He managed to dig up some newspaper articles. He's featured in a magazine, things like that.
Beat.
He emigrated to Baltimore from Germany 10 years ago when he inherited the Melville whiskey distillery from his uncle. He has an estate in Mount Washington, in the Mount Washington area of Baltimore County, just outside the city. He's known to be something of a recluse, though he keeps a close watch over his business. He maintains offices at both his downtown location and the distillery where he spends most of his time. He fancies himself an inventor, and is known to have made several advances in the distilling process. He also spends a lot of late nights at the lab at the distillery tinkering. Fortunately, he wasn't there last night. He was briefly arrested in March 1887 after an altercation at the Carrollton Inn with a fight with fellow inventor, a fist fight, fisticuffs, with fellow inventor Nikola Tesla, who was staying at the hotel at the time. You also learned that he was. You have to dig a little deeper for this, but you managed to find out that he was ejected from medical school at the University of Vienna, where he studied biology and engineering.
Now we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
There's also a rumor, though it is unconfirmed, that he has a self-sustaining electrical system on his estate, which no one really understands how that can be possible. But
That is dope. I had a good time at the library.
Yes,
you did.
That's good.
You also earned 2 telltales.
Oh, snaps.
Now, the rest of you go and send your... just going to jump back to them for a minute. You go and send your wire. Just what are you saying in the wire?
So to Dr. Williams, we're on the case. Stop. We're gonna... we don't think there's any reason for the exhumation. Stop. We're tracking things down. Wink. I don't know how to send a wink through a telegram.
Wink emoji.
The wink emoji. Stop, and then
You invent the wink emoji.
Semicolon parenthesis.
Yeah,
Exactly. You
Look at
invent
this.
the wink emoji.
I'll invent
This
it.
telegram I've received has a little face on it. Do you see this here?
Good lord, what will they think of next? Boy, sorry, that's really funny. We're on our way to speak with Miss Kinder. Stop. We think that Oscar von Emmerich is involved. Stop. We will be
All right.
attending a soiree at his estate later today. Stop.
Okay. That will do. You do that. I guess you were going to meet him at the meet Cassidy at the library. Was that the plan?
Yeah, we're gonna go scoop him up. I was muted.
All right. Well, he's got all these books out and stacked up high. One of them's in Arabic. And newspapers spread out, and a couple magazines, and he doesn't even see you approach. He's so buried and engrossed in this information.
When you walk in the door, you can sort of feel a humidity, though, and you know that's the direction I'm sitting in the library.
You bring the swamp with you.
That's exactly right.
I'm gonna slide an unrelated text in front of you and see how much of it you read before you notice.
Yeah, I'm like immediately like, what in the hell? How does this relate? And I'll get all the way to the bottom of it and turn and look at you and be like, I don't see how this relates.
Oh, I was just seeing how long it would take you to notice.
It turns out this man, he was training to be a doctor and training to be a mechanic engineer. So he might have things on his property that are advanced, but also he has this imagination and he has the skills to do things. Maybe these dead bodies will lead us to him. He went to medical school.
Oh man.
Ending 2 Doom
Okay.
to activate a special ability of an antagonist that you're unaware of at this point. So I'm just letting you know I'm doing that.
Yeah, I saw those dooms going away. I'm like, oh no. Oh no.
Somewhere in the town, a hand reaches up from a grave.
Dun dun dun.
I think Luna would like to try to do some streetwise to see if there's any dirty dealings concerning this man.
Okay. Are you going? That'll take some time.
We have.
What I'm wondering is, where is everybody's going to wait for you while you do that? Do the rest of them want to go talk to Ms. Kinder while you do that? How do you want to split that up?
We can
Why
go
don't
talk
you guys
to
go talk to Kinder, and
Yeah.
I'll dig up some info on this guy.
And you can meet.
Did have one question. I am a man of science. Can I use my science to try to figure out stuff about this guy's research?
If you, I mean, the articles and such are a little too vague. None of these are scientific journals. In fact, the only time he's mentioned in a scientific journal, he's kind of lambasted. They kind of lampoon him
For what?
just as being a wackadoodle.
Gotcha.
They don't actually get into what the details are, but his ideas are preposterous.
That was mostly what I was getting at, to see if he was published in any scientific journal. But no, okay, fair enough. Yeah, we can go talk to Miss Kinder.
Okay, so I will do Luna's little side quest here first, because that'll be the easiest.
I like side quests.
If you're hitting the streets again, just trying to find out if anyone knows about this Volnomric guy. I presume without letting anyone know that you're asking. Go ahead and give me I would just say straight up streetwise test, unless you have something else that you want to do.
No, streetwise.
Wait,
No fortune. I'm looking at the abilities.
you could basically use probably, well, that's if you're looking for a particular thing to be done. Friends in low places wouldn't really apply here. But you do get to play in a, yeah. But yeah, you can do streetwise.
Okay. One.
Did you want to spend any grit before you do that?
No.
I should have asked. Okay.
No.
Just ask.
So that's
Ooh,
a match.
that's bad. No, that's a black.
No, that's a black joker.
Yeah. Oh, bad.
That's one. That's -1 success.
So, your only option is to spend a fortune, to draw another card. But you only get one card. You'd have, So that will be 2 success, but that's going to put you at 0.
Yep.
Okay. You're asking around. I'm going to leave it at that for a minute, and I will get back to you. And we'll see how long things take with this other group.
Guess that's what happens when you ask around about a recluse.
Yep. No, but something, there's going to be something, but we'll get to that in a moment.
I'm sure there will be something.
The rest of you go to the Kinder estate, which is in a very posh part of Baltimore. Shuffle these two. It's right near the harbor. It's right near what's called Federal Hill, which is a large hill there, which is just recently been converted into a park, one of the first city parks, and it's a big, 3-story stucco residence, painted in light blue. White stucco with federal blue shutters that overlooks the harbor. Going up to the door and rap.
I'll do one of these to my compatriots, just like, it's pretty good. Yeah, I suppose so. I'll rap with my cane.
Okay. A few moments later, a servant answers the door. Yes, may I help you?
Yes, we are here to speak with Mrs. Kinder.
Have you made it an appointment?
We are friends of Dr. Williams.
May I have your card? He holds out a silver tray.
Yeah, I might have one.
You would have one. It's a very standard thing of visiting. Is handing your card, and usually, actually, you send someone, a messenger, or even yourself. You come by with the card first to say, "I'm going to drop by Wednesday," but it's sort of like leaving a phone message. But anyway, you give him your card on his little silver tray. He ushers you in and asks you to wait in the parlor. And the parlor is huge, big marble columns, a marble floor, flanked by two staircases that go up to the second floor. There's portraits on the walls. And there's a lot of black silk and crepe around. A lot of flowers, mostly a lot of white lilies. Which you would recognize as being, signs that a funeral was held here recently. And a few moments later, a middle-aged, elderly-ish woman comes down the stairs, followed by a tall, lanky young man with sort of pallid features and dark hair. Both of them were wearing all black. You are friends of Dr. Williams, I presume.
Of course. Yes, ma'am.
It was Williams, wasn't it? Did I get that right?
Yeah, Dr. Williams.
Yes.
That's what I have written down, anyways.
Yep, it is Dr. Williams. I was just making sure I was using the right name. Friends of Dr. Williams. He mentioned you might be coming by. I didn't quite understand everything he was saying, but please do come in. And she leads you into a sitting room. Would any of you care for refreshment?
I wouldn't mind, something.
Gin?
And,
Gin.
She asked. Or are you more of a
Gin sounds
whiskey
good.
man? Bourbon?
we'll go with gin. The sun's still up.
I was thinking maybe you just bring out tray and something to eat too if you have it like a snack. We're feeling peckish. Was a long walk over here.
Oh,
She does kind of look you up and down a bit. She seems a little concerned, but is maintaining the politeness.
I'll look a little horrified at my compatriots, but I'll be like, yes, ma'am. If it's not too much trouble, I would take some tea.
Worthington, and but the servants bring in tea, gin on ice, and at some point shortly after conversation begins, a tray with cut fruit, vegetables, cheese, crackers, some bread. It's basically a little spread of snacks.
Not going to be
And
much help during this
biscuits.
conversation. I am ravenously just eating the food, crumbs in my beard, splotches of cheese on the floor. There's a whole mess going on over here.
All right. So how may I be of assistance? So before we go forward here, none of you actually have alienism, do you, as a skill?
Let me check. I think I do, actually.
Do you? I can't remember.
Actually, no, I don't.
I do not.
That's fine. It's absolutely not necessary. Who is leading the conversation? Interview is the skill that you use to get people to open up and talk, which actually your scholar has in.
I've got a high interview.
I have.
Uncle Bao, how's
I
your
do.
interview? You do? Okay. You could take it so I can just munch on food over here then.
Do you have any interview, Laufey? Or Yuffie?
I don't.
Okay.
So I'll say that Yufei is he's sipping on his gin on ice, and he quickly grabs at least a green apple before Cassidy could consume it.
All right. So go ahead and go ahead and give me that interview test. If you wish, you can assist Cassidy. I mean, basically, probably by interjecting something every now and again.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. Mouthful of food every now and then. Oh yeah, how about this too?
I'll start off by introducing myself and my friends. I am Ali Ralphie. You may have heard of me. This is my friend Cassidy, and this is our associate Yufe.
And I pardon my manners. Well, you know me, but Elizabeth Kinder. This gentleman is Edward Pendergrass. He was betrothed to my young niece, and is spending some time here on his day off.
Yes, the man that works at the distillery.
Yes, to offer comfort.
I'll be.
He just sort of looks quizzically like.
I'll be dropping that in there just so that he knows I know stuff. You know.
All right. Nice setup. I'm going to give you a bonus card for your interview test. And do you wish to spend any grit on top of that?
I feel they're high society folks, so
Yeah.
I feel like my reputation 1 would be applicable here.
Oh,
I am a well-known and respected scholar. In appropriate settings, I draw extra bonus card for any social interactions.
I will go ahead. Where is that? Yes. Okay. Yeah. So you get another bonus card. Sure. I'll give you that.
Excellent.
That's 4 cards total.
Let me draw them out.
Oop. Oh, that black joker keeps coming out.
You know,
That one's good though. Yeah, it's fortune. That's a success. What is your
4.
4? So that one's a failure. So you got 3. So that's going to be 1. You could spend fortune if you want for an additional success, but you got a success.
You can also draw to assist, right?
Oh yeah, you're
Oh, yeah.
assisting. Go ahead and do that.
And that's just to make sure that's 4 more, right? Because I have 4.
Yeah, you draw your 4, but you can only contribute 1.
Okay.
You have a 4 in interview? Dang, I thought you only had 2.
Mm-mm.
This is what scholars assume you do. So you can contribute that one, which gives you 2, which you probably want at that point.
Certainly do.
Well, if we'd done this the other way, I just would have screwed you with a joke. it kind of worked out better this way.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
That's the assisting can sometimes do that. So you settle down, and so how may I be of assistance? And yeah, you definitely took Edward a little bit. You know, he's kind of takes a step back and looks at you askance. The fact that you happen to know, that he works at the distillery. That was.
I'm going to peel an orange and like cross my legs and kind of lean back casually as we talk, put everyone at ease. And I'm going to look at him a lot while we're talking. I'm not going to address him, but I'm going to look at him a lot just to see if he starts sweating. But
Eye contact while you're peeling the orange.
Yeah.
Really slowly.
real slow peeling the orange, looking at this guy right in the eyes.
And you can all contribute questions and such. Don't, even if you didn't contribute to the test. So don't hold back there. All right, go ahead.
So, I think it's best we start at the beginning. Tell us more about this dream of yours.
Yes, the dream. Dr. Williams seemed quite intrigued. He said that I think what he told me was that all of you might be able to help me understand the meaning of the dream. And it was very disturbing. I went to bed early that evening, and you see Edward nodding. And I woke I woke from the dream. I could see Dolores. She was trapped. She was trapped in a room of light, red, pulsing light. It was very confusing and disorienting. At one point, I was watching Dolores, and yet then I was Dolores. I admit I did have a glass or two of sherry before bed to settle my nerves, but this dream was something more than that. He starts breathing a little heavily. Do you understand? Does this make any sense to you? Does it mean anything to you?
I'm wondering if I could roll. I could draw for anything that would. So used to saying roll. Draw for anything that would, because it sounds. If it sounds like a ritual or a cult type of thing that my character would know.
Yeah,
like
I'm not going to make you
or-
make a test because it's straightforward enough. The more hearing it directly from her, you don't. I mean, it could be some sort of magic, but it does seem as though she had some kind of perhaps spiritual connection with Dolores, and was perceiving something that is affecting Dolores perhaps after death. And also, I mean, you've got 3 mysteries, 4 ritual. Likely, Dolores did not pass on, and is perhaps a spirit of some kind, and trying to communicate with her. I do remember Dolores was terrified. I mean, she wanted out. It was all so strange.
You
Question.
mentioned. Sorry, one second. You mentioned sherry.
Yes.
May I see it?
Oh, of course. She and Withers brings over the glass container of sherry that's sitting on the counter right there.
I'll give it a whiff. I'll give it my magic sniffer.
It's normal.
Okay.
It smells like sherry. It smells like a very good sherry. If you like sherry, it's a very good sherry.
Question. Are you in possession of anything particularly close to the deceased? Personal belonging, perhaps, that you keep close to you?
Oh, and she pulls out an embroidered handkerchief with her initials on it. Dolores made this for me as a gift several years ago when she was still a child.
Do you mind? And Yufei kind of,
Sure. She offers it.
I want to use. Let's see, what is it? Actually, can I use...
right now.
Oh, I was gonna say. No. I was gonna say. Does magic sense kind of? Is it like?
Oh,
this
yeah.
thing, or...
You would be able to tell if this was used in any kind of ritual. No, it is not.
Oh, I was thinking more like you know how personal belongings sometimes has
Right.
ties to a spirit and stuff like that. I'm just kind of curious about that.
You could look at it with the sight as well, and no, there is no aether in any way connected with the handkerchief.
Okay.
Or anything in the room for that matter,
Including Miss Kinder.
including Miss Kinder. Yes,
Okay.
including Miss Kinder.
That was like my next question. So that's
That's fair. You're already doing that, so I'll just assume that you peek at her. She doesn't have anything connected to her now, at least.
You just kind of examine the handkerchief, all right, and then offers it back to her. Cute.
Okay, I thought you were going to try and speak with the dead or something.
Not yet.
Oh, keep the handkerchief.
You do now.
the
You
handkerchief-
actually have to have a corpse.
Okay. Oh, okay, never mind.
So, what? There was one other thing, I didn't mention
she
this.
said she wanted out. What did she want out of?
I felt she was trapped. She seemed trapped, like she couldn't leave.
Could you smell, taste, or feel anything?
There was a smell, a scent, a strange scent. What was it called? Edward. When we saw the electricity exhibition, and he says ozone. I believe your ozone is the word you're looking for. Yes, a scent of ozone. Like if you've ever attended one of Mr. Tesla's exhibitions, that the scent that is in the air, I smelled that. And something I neglected to tell Mr. Williams that I felt when I woke up, like electricity coursing through me, and my hair when I woke up was full of static electricity, and I shocked myself.
I'll shoot my
That's very
compatriots a look at this. Just, I mean, it almost seems obvious at this point. Like, it's like, well, who do we know that's been, electricity, you say?
Help
Well,
me around with electricity.
I'm going to look at her,
Okay.
but
There's
I'm going to say,
okay.
have you ever seen Oscar von Elmerick do any electrical exhibitions? But then, like, as I'm saying it, I'll turn to the boy. Like,
Yeah, I mean, he looks quizzical at that. I mean, she just sort of shakes her head, but he speaks up and says, "Well, I mean, Mr. von Almeric is always tinkering with one thing or another in his office. Calls me and this show me and some of the others things from time to time, but nothing out of the ordinary."
interesting. The only real other things that I would want to touch, I feel like we got what we need, kinda.
Were you and Mr. Von Omric close? I'll say to the boy, or to the fiance.
Not really. I just work there. I'm a clerk. I mean that clerk. That's in fact where my betrothed and I met. Well, not there exactly. Her father owned the Woodbury cotton mill, and she would often come there to visit him. And there was a small park between the distillery and the cotton mill, and both of us would often go there for lunch, which was how we met.
Did you ever happen upon Mr. Elmerick during these excursions?
No. He usually spends most of his time in the office. He doesn't go out much. He goes straight from the office to home.
I feel like we're missing.
He was
something.
very concerned about her death. He offered me some time off, a week off after her death, but I plan to go back to work on Monday.
What happened, if you don't mind me asking, in the interest of thoroughness? How did she die?
The doctors say that it was an artery in her brain that just gave out. I don't know
Where
more than that. Where?
was she when she died?
In bed.
I guess that brings me to my last point of interest. May we look around? We have time before our next engagement.
If you wish, you are more than welcome to.
I'll stand up and look at my friends.
Well, and she and Ms. Ginder said, sort of, Edward, would you mind escorting them? And absolutely. And he'll just sort of wander around with you. He doesn't stop you from going anywhere. But
Can we examine the deceased belongings?
What? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Basically, Yuffie is asking if they could check out her room.
Oh, yeah, that's not a problem.
I would like to look
And
at.
as soon as we get there, he's gonna turn over to him and go, "Moment, we must discuss. I must discuss something with my associates. See, so we could be alone in that room."
Okay. Yeah, he'll give you a moment of privacy. He doesn't really seem like he wants to go in there anyway. So.
Yuffie's gonna then look at the guys and goes, "Boys, it's like we're gonna be doing some snooping.
Yes, I'd be very interested to see her room and that of Madame Kinder.
I'm going to cut. Oh, sorry. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
go ahead. No, you're cool.
Well, I will assume you're probably peeking and using
Yeah.
the site in a room. You don't come across anything with of any magical residue or anything. There's nothing particularly interesting. Of course, some love notes from Edward and such, but
Does it
nothing.
look like it's been cleaned up in here, or is it the same?
Lightly, but nothing. It looks like everything's been left as it was.
There aren't any like nefarious wires attached to the metal bed frame or anything like that, are there? Okay.
No. That's why I'm saying everything seems to be in order. There's nothing
Okay.
of particular interest.
We'll snoop and poop, and then I guess bounce out.
All right. So yes, as I said, I'm going to jump to our rook, who is off looking for information about von Omric.
Yeah.
You've just left the horse you came in on saloon when you cutting down a street down an alley to get to another pub where you are hoping to have better luck when two men step out of the shadows in front of you. Give me a notice test.
Let's see. Yeah, that's 2. Do I want to spend?
Would like to
No,
miss-
I'm not going to spend courage.
Oh,
now.
let me get rid of all these cards first.
Oop, that one was mine.
Oh, which
Three of
one?
clubs-
Sorry.
The 3 of clubs was mine.
All right, we'll just keep that as that.
Okay.
That will actually no, yeah.
And a 9 will not.
Okay, you got a success, which is fine. You also hear behind you scuffling. That like 2 or 3 people just stepped into the alley behind you as well. One of them raises their head, and he raises his head underneath his face is visible underneath his cap, and you recognize it as Artie, the gentleman you'd talked to at the other place the other day, the Seven Stars.
Where that? So Luna wasn't involved in the making friends part.
Oh, that's
but-
right. Luna wasn't. Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you were.
Yeah.
But you saw them. You saw the group. So
Yeah.
yes. Okay. It's one of them. In fact, you both of them are from that group.
Uh-huh. And I'm assuming the ones behind me are too.
And he sort of steps forward. You're that guy. Wait, you've been asking about Mr. Von Omric, huh?
Professional curiosity.
I see. What are you wanting to know? He sort of steps forward a little bit. He's about 6 yards from you. You're kind of in the middle of the alley.
His toying with electricity seems ingenious to rival Tesla. Just wanted more information.
Really? Why would you be wanting this? And weren't you with those other folks?
I'm not sure what you're referencing.
That group of people, your friends who were nosing around the Seven Stars the other day. Yeah, Tommy told us all about you. Come on.
Like I said, professional curiosity.
Uh-huh. Tell you what, I got something we can show you down by the harbor. Why don't you come with us? If you really
I'd
want to know what he's into.
Really rather not.
Oh, I'm sure you'd rather not, but we'd really rather. And you hear you're pretty sure it's 3 men behind you coming down the alley towards you.
Well, I think it's time to Yeah, 5-on-1 is not going to cut it. Not even with a 3 weaponry. We're going to
I
try.
mean, these
this.
guys don't look like you might be able to take them. I will say, and just to sort of explain rules wise, there are different types of enemies,
Mhm.
and these would be fairly easy to take. But
These guys are day drunk and they slept in a barn.
yes, exactly. They're not the most dangerous folks, at least
Then
for
I'd have to
someone like
clean
you.
up, but then I'd have to clean up after
Yes,
myself.
there's that. There is that, and you could attract more attention. But
Plus, if there's 5, 2 of them might be the ghouls.
one
So
of them might be a ghoul, or two of them might be. Yes,
yeah,
that could be a problem too. You haven't
yeah,
actually looked at what's behind you yet. So
yeah.
yeah.
Let's let's start with just an escape test, and
So
I
you're just
will.
gonna just try and get away the best way possible. We can do that.
Yes, yes, and I will spend 2 grit on that.
2 grit.
That's 4 cards.
So there are 2 of them in front of you. So the initial test is going to be opposed by. I will be able to draw 2 cards.
That's not good.
No, those draws were not great.
The hell did I do here? Okay, that's not going to do anything. So I might as well just. I don't know what I did. Cancel. I don't know what the heck I just did here. Discard. No.
That's all right. If this doesn't work, I will be able to stealth away.
What? Okay, so let me just pull another card. My deck is all. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so I draw 2
I might
cards.
even draw one of the a phantom fortune to.
No, it was me
but
doing something
it,
weird. Okay, so did you get any successes?
2.
Corpus 2. Oh, well, they got none. So you bolt past them, run out onto the main street. You do manage to get past them. They were not ready for you to bolt like that, and they are still there. You were out on the main street though, with them starting to run behind you. Now there is it's the middle of the afternoon on a Saturday. There are a fair amount of people out here. What do you wish to do at that point?
Blend into the crowd.
Okay. Let's follow that with a stealth test then. I'm just gonna call it risk 2. You get 2 successes. You manage to blend into the crowd without them because you got the jump on. So
Yeah. Stealth. 3.
I think you have 3. Yep.
Yeah, I'll just do it.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh no. There's my other Joker.
The wrong color. So you got
Yes,
1
but-
success.
1 success. Yes.
So I was saying risk 2. So you got partially successful. You slip behind a carriage basically, and sort of it's going down the street and duck low and keep pace with it, or wagon rather. And they're like looking around, shouting. 2 of them they sort of split up as they get out into the main street. 2 go right, 2 go 3 go right, 2 go left. 2 of them went in your direction, and you hear them shouting, "There he is!" And they start running towards you. But you've split up the group. There's only 2 here with you right now, and you're basically on the main thoroughfare, right next to the harbor. Ships in port, people loading, unloading. So yeah, it is still fairly busy, but
Any cops around?
not Just no, not really within sight. I mean, there probably would be if you wanted to yell for a cop, there'd probably be one. Whether they'd help you or them would be questionable.
Yeah. Just continue trying to get away, and if they get too close, that's when I'll stab them.
Okay.
So if they grab me or whatnot, I'll I'll
Let's
have
just
my hand ready for my knife. Just in
Sure.
case.
let's just do another round of escape then. See how that goes. That's be 1, 2. Okay, see what they get. And they got nothing. And -2 successes. So, yeah, you manage to basically there's a ship with a passenger ship with people coming off of it, and you just dive into that crowd. And lose them for a moment, go out the other side, hop in the back of a wagon, and manage to get away without harm.
Excellent.
All right.
We forgot to set up how and where we're meeting after my stuff and their stuff.
Sure.
So
I will let you retcon that. Whatever makes sense. I mean, probably it would make sense probably just to meet back at the lodge because you'd want to freshen up. I don't know how you're planning on going into this party.
Yeah, we'll reconvene at the lodge. No problem.
Yeah. Let's just say that.
So Luna will head back to the garage.
Okay.
Lodge. Garage. What? Yeah. Head back to the lodge.
Did the group of you wish to do anything further with Ms. Kinder, or?
I had one particular. I just wanted to look for hoof prints, but not in the front street because that makes sense. But maybe by the back door or something. See if there were ghouls around that night.
You do not see any signs of ghoul tracks. No.
I didn't think so, but worth a shot.
Yep, absolutely.
I will offer my condolences. I will make sure to make physical contact, and just say I'm sorry. I will pray for your daughter's soul.
She thanks you graciously and thanks you for stopping by. I wish there was something more you could tell me, but I understand. If you think of anything, if there's anything further, please let me know. We're going to exhume the body on Monday, but
yeah, I don't know if I want to tell her that it's not in there yet.
you might want to resolve it first.
Yeah.
You got 2 days.
Maybe we can put it back. I don't know. But who knows? I don't want to be like, sorry, your daughter's corpse is being experimented on by a psychopath. No, I'll say, I wish, soon. We'll tell you more as soon as we can. Peace be upon you.
So Luna did get one bit of information there that probably Von Omric knows at this point that people are looking into his affairs. Might even have descriptions of some of you.
Not necessarily good news, but yeah.
Certainly, it's important news.
It does complicate things, especially since we want to go to a party that he's hosting. But
I don't suppose it was a costume fit or anything.
they don't have a lot of masquerade lawn parties, I don't think.
So I'll sort of part the curtain here a little bit, and the 2 doom that I spent was for sort of a special ability that's like ear to the ground that living entities can have. That they, if they have connections out there, that if the protagonists do something that they could reasonably become aware of, if they have spies on the street, as it were, that they could learn about it. And the wire was the thing I was thinking when you're sending that wire, especially it being a telegraph thing, and he's involved with electrical stuff, that it may have been a contact of his that then reported to him. So
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's why I tried to keep certain things out, but I definitely said stuff about him. So,
Yeah.
A question. What skill will we have to use if we want to like maybe disguise ourselves as the help?
You could use perform to basically, you throw on the right clothes, you pull it off. If you can think of anything, you could use stealth theoretically just to sort of blend in. If you can think of anything else that would make sense, I might let it go.
Okay. Well, Yufei is gonna tell the group once we get together about how I'm blanking on her name. Deceased. What's her name?
Duval.
Duval.
Elizabeth Duval.
How she might be connected. Her spirit might be involved. She might not have
Dolores.
crossed.
Sorry.
Dolores.
Dolores.
Crossed over completely. And if we're gonna go into this whiskey tasting, as much as Yufei would enjoy the whiskey tasting, especially, maybe he should blend in with the help, and it's kind of basically hitting them at two fronts,
Yeah, Luna would probably go with Yufei then. And yeah, Luna will also mention that they might be onto us.
Yes, if they're already expecting us at the party, they might be, with an extra eye open and an extra ear to the ground. They're expecting us, so I will still go to the party as myself.
I was also
Honestly,
planning on still going as myself too. Yeah.
honestly, people like that, they don't usually look at the help. So, I think Luna and I would just fine if we're help.
Well, hopefully Ali and I can help keep an eye out for you while you're in there.
Sounds good.
Yeah, me and you are kind of on the same page there. That's I figured if we still got to make an appearance. I'll make good on
Rule
my
number
promise. What?
Rule number 1: don't split the party. What do we always do? Split the party.
True.
We'll still be at the same party. It's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna make good on my promise to pray for her daughter, and then I guess I always dress kind of nice, but I'll just make sure I'm clean.
Okay.
I'm gonna make sure I match the description that was given of me.
You smell like dead beaver. Okay.
Yeah, I smell like a homeless guy peed on me.
All right. So the two of you are basically going to go right up to probably with your carriage, go right up to the front gate. I would imagine. The other two probably dropping them off from the carriage somewhere beforehand, and then sort of scout around for a servant's entrance kind of thing. Is that what I'm?
Same page,
Yeah.
man. Same page.
Yep. And,
Same. Okay.
and
I would
Luna
say
will
as-
stealth, not perform.
What's
I would
that?
also say as
Oh, I was
gonna. Go ahead.
I was saying Luna would stealth in rather than try to perform as one of the help.
Okay. All right.
Just wants to stay completely unobtrusive.
And I was gonna say, I would think as a performer, Yufei would have different costumes for the different occasions and vocations that would arise.
I mean, a servant's, clothing would be easy enough. What you
Yeah.
would expect a servant to be wearing, or a
Yeah.
server. All right. So you get there. You drop off the other two sort of around the back. There is a back Sallyport entrance. The entire estate is walled. With it's not a terribly big wall, but it is an 8-foot brick wall with wrought iron up top, lining the top. There's a main entrance in the front, and with a little side gate beside that, and then a Sallyport in the back where servants come and go. by the time you get there, most of the servants have already arrived, so the Sally Port is closed. There is someone standing by it, sort of, I don't want to say on guard, but yeah, basically in case someone needs to come or go. I'll allow you just to make a performance test to see if you can get your way past him. Basically, whoa, I'm late, or whatever you want to say. In fact,
Sure,
how
sure.
how are you presenting yourself? Let's start. With that.
Yufei, he's actually, you know what? Say usually he looks like kind of just roll out of bed, kind of laborer.
Right.
But he actually for this he trims up a little bit, cleans his beard, wears some nice clean servant's clothes, and just goes, "Oh, I am very sorry, very late." And like kind of changes his mannerisms and kind of takes on kind of an accent and even
Okay.
yeah.
Just to sound a little confused and
Yeah.
throw the guy off. Okay, yeah, just give me a performance test. I'll do it as an opposed. Nah, just call it risk 2. It's not that hard. He's not that.
3 and 4. There we go. I got a 5 of spades, ace of diamonds, 9 of hearts, and a 10 of hearts.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. You breeze past him, with no difficulty whatsoever. You find yourself.
Nobody looks at the help. Nobody really pays attention to help.
Nope, especially not with 4 successes of convincing him you're one of the help. Oh, by the way, you do all have 9 telltales at this point. You picked up a couple more.
9 seems like a lot.
Yep, you've gotten pretty much almost all the information you possibly can. You've explored every route.
Being thorough.
You've been very thorough.
How like if we
How
were,
tall was the wall?
detectives.
How is Luna?
How tall was the wall?
8 feet.
8. I'm assuming that would take an athletics test to get over.
Yeah. Difficulty 1, honestly, if you take your time.
Yeah, I've got 0 dots, but I'll go for it anyway.
Okay,
So,
do you want to spend any grit on that?
And playing the worst, so it's a failure.
Okay, you do not want to spend any grit. Okay. In that case, 2 and a failure. If that's the way you're going about.
Well, yeah, because the worst one, when you
Yep.
draw 2 for no dots, it's the worst one. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just,
So
okay, so you're okay. So you scramble. I'm just going to say that costs you a point of grit. You can attempt again if you want.
all right, I will spend an extra grit. So
Okay, so 3. So you get to do your 2, and then the second card is
Okay.
the other card is
2
whatever you want.
aces.
So that's 2 1. So that's a
and then
success.
The extra success, and the extra one for the grit is an extra success.
Which actually earns you a 4. No, it doesn't.
Oh.
That's a club. I mean, a
Yep.
spade, not a club. Okay, but you nonetheless, you got 2 successes. You managed to fling yourself, managed to scramble up over the after a couple tries over the gate, or not the gate, but the wall,
Right.
and drop down behind some bushes on the other side.
And then just casually stealthing around, trying to stay somewhat close to Yuffie.
So behind the back of the house, you see there are a number of outbuildings and such, probably for servants and such. There's an outhouse, a vegetable garden, and there's a picket fence that separates the backyard from the side yards. There is a small flight of small stairs that go up to a back entrance to the manor. Based on what you see there, and occasionally someone poking their head out, it looks like that's the servants' entrance and goes right into the kitchen. Next to that, there's actually a what looks like a basement entrance that does appear to have a chain and padlock on it. And so that's what both of you see in the back. So I'm going to go back to the front for a second and see how everybody, how that goes. The two of you are going to go up and present your invitations.
Excellent.
There's a bit of a line actually. It seems as though quite a few of the well-to-do of Baltimore are attending this after church. They're still all. Well, no, this is Is it Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. So yes, it'd be after church. So everybody's wearing their Sunday best, and you get to the front of the line. And a man in a tuxedo takes your invitations, looks you both up and down, and is like, you were invited? How did you receive these invitations?
I'll tap him on the chest with my cane and say, in the mail. And see if that does.
In the mail. You have 1 dot in social graces. Let's go ahead and
I'm gonna spend a grit.
Okay. You're spending the grit tapping him with the cane.
It looks like, what is that?
Gritty tap.
3 successes?
Wow. Yeah, you can actually go ahead and take a
yeah, it's 3.
I'll give you a
Holy
fortune
crap.
back if you want. You don't need 3.
I'll take it. Yeah, I'm a well-to-do socialite guy. Look at me.
Apparently.
Oh.
You tap him with the cane, and he's like, oh, all right, yes, by all means, sir.
And I just like whiskey a lot.
You and your friend, dude, come along. Please, hurry up. Please, hurry up. Holds a hanky to his nose as Cassidy passes.
We'll go in.
All right. The front lawn has been set up with numerous tents and such, pavilion tents, where there is, there's music playing, string quartet. There are various foods and such laid out. And then sort of closer to the house, there's another tent and then like big long table with a bunch of barrels set up behind where the whiskey tasting is actually occurring. You can go up and get in line and get your free whiskey. And then there's some people mingling on the porch and a few people inside, you see, and occasionally servants come in and out, to refresh food and drink on the tables and such. What are you two doing?
Is the man himself here?
Yes, you are able to make him out. He is up by the whiskey tasting where that's going on. And there seems to be a bit of a crowd of people around him, and he's doing his best to be entertaining, but you can tell he's a bit uncomfortable with it, but doing his social duties. He spots you.
Yeah. Okay.
And he kind of you were gonna go towards him.
Sure, I'll go. If he looks at me, I'll go right up to him.
He clearly spots you, and then breaks. He says something to the people he's talking to, breaks away from them, and sort of heads over to you. And
what's his title? Is he a lord?
No, not that you know of.
Okay.
Doctor.
Oh, doctor.
Oh, no, he's not. He got kicked out of college. So
right.
Graduated.
Almost a doctor.
Wanted to be.
Mr. Emmerich.
Yes. Good afternoon. I don't think I know you.
I'll offer my hand out. Ralphie. Ali Ralphie.
It is a pleasure.
It's always a pleasure meeting a fellow man of science.
You are a man of science?
Of course, it's the only way to be these days. Times move fast. I'm trying to appeal to his, futuristic thinking.
Right. I should note, Von Omeric is a very tall, gaunt-looking man wearing a monocle. His hair is steel gray, slicked back, has a long mustache and pointed beard. Both of which are steel gray, matching his hair.
That is one fancy guy.
He looks like a
Stereotype
railroad
villain.
bad guy.
Stereotypical villain. Yes, gotcha.
Pretty much. I mean, he actually has a bit of a kindly face. He doesn't he doesn't exude evil or anything.
He sounds kindly. I don't know.
Yeah, he seems
I
friendly.
don't hate him yet.
So how did you receive an invitation?
Oh, friend of a friend. How these
Friend
things
of a
happen.
friend.
Mm.
I see. Well, I suppose you and your companion are welcome. The grounds are open for whatever you wish. There is a croquet game taking place, games taking place on around the side of the house there, if such things interest you, or of course the whiskey.
Perhaps we could talk more later.
Oh, of course, yes.
Maybe
I look hearing more of your views on the sciences.
I would love to hear more about your research.
Excellent. I should be attending to my guests now.
Of course. I'll let him go.
Oh, I will make sure that you have an entertain him. Joffrey, would you attend to these gentlemen and ensure that they are well taken care of? And he breaks away at that point. And this sort of brutish-looking guy, wearing an overcoat, and his smell rivals Cassidy's, maybe a little worse.
My kind of people.
Comes over, and in fact, you recognize him. He's one of the two gentlemen who was sitting at the table at the Seven Stars, one of the ghouls. He just sort of clomps up close to you.
Where
I'll just cast a look down towards his feet.
Yeah.
What's the feet situation?
The feet situation is hooves.
Yep.
It's definitely it.
where did Emmerich go immediately after breaking off? Did he actually go attend to his guests?
Yeah, he goes back sort of over by the whiskey table.
So if this thing doesn't usher us away, then it's just here
He's just standing there.
just here to babysit us. Okay. Well, I guess I'll look around for the help that
Okay.
is
I'm
We'll
gonna
cut
try
back
to-
to the back.
Yep.
So the two of you are in the back. You've snuck in as a servant. Where is what is Yuffie doing? And I'll follow up with Luna. Am I frozen? Oh, he's thinking.
There we go. Yufei is say he's as soon as he gets there, kind of starts doing kind of busy nothing work. Work that makes him look like he's
The
He's not really
backyard
doing
is
anything.
empty. There's nothing going on back there other than a few like I said, there's a few outbuildings, an outhouse, a garden, that
Okay.
sort of thing, and then the one guard by the gate. There does seem to be activity in the house and in the kitchen.
Is there like a cellar door or anything like that?
He said,
Or,
yes,
like,
there is a large cellar door next to the stairs, but it does seem to be chained and locked.
Yeah, that's where Luna's headed. So
Okay.
Okay. So what Yufei is also going there, but he's also kind of holding a box, so just in case they get caught, he's just gonna say, "Oh, I'm taking it down to the root cellar."
Okay, yeah, you managed to find a little crate, stacked
Yeah.
along one of the houses. That's not a problem. It's like a little egg crate. Luna, go ahead and give me a stealth test. If I assume you're trying to sort of move around stealthily and not be
Yep.
seen.
Yep.
Ducking from house to house, that kind of thing. Give me a stealth test to see how well you're doing that, because people do step out the back door from time to time. Little smoke break or what have you. So that's going to be 2, 3, 4. You can go ahead and have a fortune. You don't need 4 successes for that.
Okay.
There you go.
Wait. Yeah, 4 successes. I was like, I didn't draw 4 cards. That's right. Duh.
Yeah, but you got
I moved them
well
to
the fortune.
side. Yeah. Yeah.
So there you
Yufei-
go. Oh, you all have some fortune. What do you know?
Yay.
Faye is going to look at Luna and goes and kind of nods over the door. It's like, you could work your magic on that.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
It's gonna pick it.
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be knavery. Let's see how long
yeah.
it takes.
Um.
It would take you about 5 minutes to get it open.
What
With
risk
one
level is
success.
it? One. Just a risk one.
It's risk 1, and I said with 1 success, it'll take you 5 minutes.
Okay.
But each success will have that time. Call
My
it 6.
my jokers are gone, so
Yay!
that's 2 successes.
That's 1, 2. So it takes you a little over 2 minutes. All right.
Okay.
You manage to remove the lock, and so far no one has noticed.
And you know what? I'm gonna keep the chain with me in case I need a heavy weapon.
Okay. About that time, someone steps out onto the out the back door, basically, and doesn't even pay you any mind. Ife is standing there with a crate. Luna sort of slumps down behind a rose bush that's next to the basement entrance, and this server just sort of sits back and starts smoking a cigarette on the back porch.
Yufei is going to just, if it's designed the way the door I'm thinking of, opens up one side, and he just kind of like, waits for Luna just, go in before he goes in. And
Okay.
To anybody who else who's just looking at it, just looks like he just bring a crate
Sure.
to the roof cellar.
So you open that up, and the guy sort of looks over at you, like, we're not supposed to go down there.
Yufei's gonna go say, I was told that we needed to move this crate, very important stuff, very fragile, down to the root cellar. Too many people, at the party. You wouldn't want to get damaged, very fragile family heirloom type things.
Sort of looks at you like, all right, whatever, I don't care. It's your head. You're the one not getting paid if you get caught. And he just sort of kicks back and starts smoking a cigarette again.
Wait, you're getting paid?
So I'll use your previous. Luna's then able to slip down there when he looks away, and if he can go down, and I guess you close the door behind you. I'm going to go back to the front and see what these folks are up to. I think you're muted.
Yeah, I was going to unmute and get my tabs back up. So I think Jahan and I have a small huddle. I think we're on the same page.
Right.
I think I'm going to try to keep Joffrey following me around to this party, and while Ali tries to slip off and do some sneaking, and some prying.
Okay. He seems to. I mean, you can tell his plan is to keep with both of you. I mean, he's been told to escort. Now, what will happen? I don't know. How are you going to try to? You're just going to go off in different directions and see what he does?
So I think maybe the first play we do is, we meander over to the other side of the garden party.
Okay.
And then I let you know I need to go get a whiskey, and you don't drink. So I'll be right back.
I can get that for you.
Oh,
Is
excellent.
what Joffrey says. And he snaps his fingers to one of the servers going around. Do you want one too?
No, thank you.
Get this man a whiskey.
They're like a nice place to take a seat around here. I'm getting tired of standing around.
Didn't know he could talk.
Is there a tent we can sit down in, somewhere we can stretch our legs?
Sure. Your whiskey arrives, and he leads you actually around the other side of the house, away from, he mentioned the croquet, around that side of the manor. It looks like there's like a little hedge maze. There's flower gardens with benches and that sort of thing around that side.
Are we
You can sit
alone?
down here? Yeah, pretty much. It's just the three of you.
I'll
when
look.
you go over
I'll
there.
look at you, buddy.
I mean, there may be someone in the hedge maze.
That's okay.
As you come in there, a young couple goes giggling at out of it, and rejoins the party around front. But
I do always love
I'll-
a good edge maze.
I'll give Cassidy the signal by by twisting my cane sword open, but not pulling it.
right, okay,
I'll walk into the hedge maze.
okay.
Let's get him a little further out of sight.
He waits for Ollie to follow.
I'll follow as well. Yeah.
Okay.
And just real quick, I'm gonna peek to make sure we're not walking into the hedge base. Isn't the
You peek, and this is in fact in Atheros.
Oh.
shit.
The entire region is in Atheros.
Is outside
from what
of
you've
it?
seen, you from what you can gather, it looks like it covers the house, the grounds, and goes up to the edge of the wall, basically.
I'll look at you again, and you'll see me twist my cane back close. Because my plan was, you had learned that they're much weaker outside of it.
Yeah.
And I thought we were outside. I'm glad I checked. Screw it. Let's try to lose them in the hedge maze.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Let's try losing him in the hedge maze.
All right, so I'm cool with that. That would probably be an escape test or stealth.
I have neither. I'm just going to try to haul ass.
Okay.
I also
you could-
have neither.
You could potentially use athletics as well to try and suddenly slip under a section of that.
I feel like the first
Hedge maze.
intersection we come to, me and Cassidy just go different directions.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Start running, just sprint opposite directions.
Let me see here. What
Best party I've ever been to.
you have stealth and you both have athletics. So
Yeah.
You have athletics.
yes. So let's just say I'm just going to do this. I'm going to draw a card. Red, it goes after Cassidy, and black, it goes after Ali. Do it that way. Okay. So Cassidy, you two just bolt in different directions, and goes chasing after Cassidy.
I'm going to try to make an athletics check. I have a Corpus 5. So, here come 2 cards. 1
Okay.
and 2. It looks like one of them is at least the right suit, and the other one is a no-go.
Okay. Right suit, so that'll do it. And the other one's a discard. All right. He gets to draw 3 cards. So 1, miss. 2, nothing. 3, yeah. You got 1 success. All right, so Cassidy, you managed to sort of bolt away, but you sort of come around a corner, and then you see the ghoul. He's still on you, but he hasn't caught you. What do you want to do?
I just need to keep this farce going until Ali's able to slip away.
You're trying to just keep him busy. Is that
That's exactly
what I'm
it.
getting?
Mhm.
Okay. In that case, I'll count the next athletics test a little differently. Go ahead and give me another one.
All right. It's going to be 2 again. 1
Yep,
and
that's
2.
a success. 2 successes.
Yeah, and I got the right suit on both of them. So there we
Yep.
go.
So that'll be the successes, but not fortunate. But 1, 2, that's 1 success for him. 3 and 2 successes. So basically, you managed to keep the ghoul busy for a few minutes, chasing you around the hedge maze. It doesn't catch you, but you haven't gotten away from him yet either. Ali, what you just slip out of the hedge maze?
Yeah, as soon as
then?
I realized it went for Cassie, I was like, well, that was easy. And I'll just start heading back inside. Try to go
Okay.
inside the house.
Okay, you're just gonna go back around the front and in the front door, or
I'm going to go in through the window.
in a window?
Yeah, I don't know.
There's
like-
a side window. I mean, they're a little high up. Looking in, you see there are people in there. Like the part of the party's inside.
I'll stroll around then to find an easy entrance that's not suspicious.
Sure. I mean, you come around the back. You see what I described before. You see the back stairs to the kitchen. You see a server just snuffing out a cigarette and going in, heading inside. So there's the back door to the kitchen. You also see what looks like a basement entrance.
Interesting. I was really interested in looking at his library, but basement entrance is good.
You could go around the other side of the house and see if you can. But everything on this side seems to have people in it. Seems to be a parlor and such. I mean, if you want to keep going around, you might be able to get.
I'll look around and just be like, I don't want to test my luck. I'm going to duck into this basement.
Okay. You do that, and I'll get back to you all in a minute. You're fairly certain that Ali has gotten away. What Cassidy? What are you doing at that point?
I'll finally stop and put my hands on my knees, catch my breath, next to a stone bench or something, and laugh. Just laugh and laugh. I never had fun like that since I was a child, who used to run around his mazes playing tag. And I'll turn and pat him on the shoulder, he's been such a good help to help me have fun.
You're not supposed to do that.
No one said we weren't allowed to be jovial at a party.
Where's your friend?
Well, I don't know how large is this hedge maze.
Come with
Ali!
me.
And I'll start walking in towards the hedge. Ali! Maybe we'll just find him if we keep looking here. He can't be far.
All right, I'll get back to you in a minute. So the two of you have slipped into the... Not only did you split the party 2 ways, you split the party 3 ways, at least only for a moment. The two of you slipped into the basement. Let me tell you what you see there. So... You're in a cellar. There's a... it looks like this basement area takes up about maybe a third of the house. There's a narrow staircase going up. You figure into the larder or kitchen area. There is a lot of shelving and such. There's a small root cellar as well. There's a lot of the shelves are covered in canned or bottled goods. Food and such. All of you in here can make a notice test if you would like.
Alrighty. We'll do that. Got 3 of it. 3 dots in that. So.
And you're seeing that there is a pull cord for a light switch. You see as well, but you do have enough light coming in through the basement door. Well, actually, you close it behind you. So I would presume the two of you, when you first went in, would have to turn on the light. Is that... Yeah. Shunk, it comes on.
I mean, Luna doesn't have to, but I'd rather hold my fortune. So yeah, let's turn the light on.
Fair enough. So you turn the light on. The light is... you turn... It has a bit of a pinkish hue to it. And you notice it sort of flickers a little bit. But yeah, give me those notice tests, or you can. Well, yeah, they'd be separate.
I got a 3 club, 3 hearts, and a 6 diamonds.
Let's see those cards. Where? Oh God, they're over here. So you're looking for spades, and what is your psyche?
Let me check. 5 spades.
Okay, so you got 2 successes. All right, and Luna, these are your 2.
0 successes.
0 successes. Okay, you're turning on the light. And you got blinded by that a little bit.
Yeah. Blinded by the light.
that was Yuffie notices. Well, one, though, actually, both of you see from the light area and coming from down in the house itself. There's a thick bundle of wires that pass through a small opening in the stone wall on the far side of the cellar. Yuffie also notices a bit of a unusual chemical smell down here that doesn't seem quite right for foodstuffs. And you also take note of some scratches on the floor next to one of the shelves that line the back wall of the cellar.
Yufei is going to go over to the scratches, kind of examine them, and then turns over to Luna and go, kind of give kind of a loud sniffing sound. You know that?
Suddenly, the basement door opens.
Was here. I was gonna say, as soon as he says that, he says, "I kind of wish Aline was here."
And suddenly, the basement door opens.
As the basement door opens, and I can smell the cellar, and I walk down into it with Cassidy. We're still dealing with the ghoul. It is time for a break.
Ah, yes, it is.
So, yeah, with all of us in the cellar except Cassidy, we'll be right back. I'm getting really into this. This is getting real fun. So I can't wait to get back from the break. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back.
fresh out the box.
All right.
Hey there, everybody! Welcome back to our exciting conclusion of Nevermore.
It's
There we
me,
are.
Casualty CDG, and I'm here.
And Vampire Bites playing Luna Ramirez the Rook.
And as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Powell, aka Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. Playing Yu Fei.
And your narrator, Ian Lemke, running a Nevermore tale here called A Different Kind of Light. So we're in the basement, or three of you are in the basement of Von Omric Estate Mansion. The basement door opens, and before you bash him with the chain, you do see Ali, outlined in the light of the day as he slips into the basement to join you. Like I said, there was a strange chemical scent. There's the light bulb is sort of flickering strangely. And there are scratches on the floor, strange scratches on the floor by one of the shelves along the back wall.
Yu Fei looks up over at Ali and goes, look what the cat dragged in. We were just talking about you.
I can smell why. I'll take a whiff. So my ability works with substances being poisoned.
No, I will
so-
give you this, being a disciple of the Emerald Tablet. It is it's formaldehyde
Oh yes,
with an undercurrent of whiskey.
Is formaldehyde commonly used in embalmings already?
Just recently.
Just recently.
Yeah.
I recognize that smell. It's recently been used to preserve corpses. I don't know
Faye's
why.
going
It's
to-
horrific.
Motion Ali and Luna over to the scratches. These seem interesting. Maybe they lead to something or somewhere.
Looks like the
Can I also use?
tape. The shelf is moved out repeatedly, basically.
Oh,
Moving
okay.
moves on the floor.
Just really quickly, you said that we could just, at will use our sight, right?
Yes, and in fact, to peek, and you might want to peer at the Aetheros at this point because to know what you're up against, and then maybe even attempt a revelation. But your revelation guy, the one who's best at it, is outside.
Well, I am definitely gonna peek into Aetheros.
Okay, you peek and you are within an Aetheros still. That's it. That's all you get. Nothing in particular is standing out, other than the area itself is an Aetheros.
I will
If someone-
let you know. Yes, the Aetheros seems to spread all the way out across the grounds. Cassidy is in the garden entertaining one of the ghouls currently. So we can either attempt to sally forth and hope he finds the mark I left him, or we can go try to rid him of his companionship. I'll leave it to you.
Luna is not particularly good at locust sites.
Me neither.
So let's.
Question.
We should probably-
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, because I'm looking at my character's Cabal gifts.
Yes.
I'm just kind of curious. What's the difference between the Locust Sight and Magic Sense?
Magic Sense. Let me see here to remember. No, Magic Sense lets you determine if a ritual has been performed in an area, a ritual magic of some kind. There might not actually be any residue of aether as a result of that ritual, but if a ritual had been cast here, you would be able to tell.
Does it have to be in the immediate area, or
Generally, the
just, like-
immediate area. But I will just say, focusing on it, you're getting a tingling sensation of something near here, not necessarily in this room, but some form of ritualistic magic has taken place somewhere very near here.
Yufei is gonna look at his companions and goes, I'm getting that feeling again. Hate that feeling. Something. Words of a certain Sherlock Holmes is afoot.
Your
Guessing
scholar
Sherlock
just
Holmes
won't-
exists in this world.
Maybe. Technically speaking, it would probably be Conan Doyle, but sure.
Well, at least the book character.
Oh yeah, the books
you know?
exist. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. So, what's your plan with Cassidy?
Yeah. So Luna was going to suggest that we try to extricate Cassidy
I
because
am perfectly okay with that plan, friend.
yeah,
I'm down with that.
Ali, having come around from the side of the house, there's the backyard area is pretty much empty unless someone happens to come out of the back door at an inopportune time. One of the kitchen staff, which they do periodically. The backyard's pretty empty, and you could get, and there wasn't really anyone to speak of in the side yard either. So you could probably, all three of you, go out and head towards where Cassidy was without being observed.
yeah.
Strike fast and strike hard, friends.
All right, so that's your plan?
I
We
think
have to
so.
kill-
Okay. So meanwhile, Cassidy, you were laughing at the ghoul. The ghoul was getting a little angry and perturbed. We should go back to the party now.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We poke around, we look for a while, and it turns out we just can't find Ali around here.
Nope.
Maybe Ali went over to play croquet. He told me that he has a funny bone for croquet, if you know what I mean.
Oh, well then let's go there. Hurry up. And he sort of almost like tugs at you. You go and actually heads you towards the backyard. That would be the faster way to get there without going through a bunch of people. And he's kind of thinking about killing you at this point. So, I just for the ease of sake, for ease, the three of you come out of the cellar as Cassidy and the ghoul come around the back.
There he is!
I knew exactly what he looked like, and I was ready for it. I will take out my cane sword and I will stab at him.
Okay,
As soon as
we'll
I see
open combat that way. There you go.
And can I also add, Yufei's still carrying that crate, so he's just gonna throw it at him?
Throw it at it. Okay. Well, hang on. But the way combat works is one of you declare what you're doing, then the enemy gets to go, and then you all. I mean, if there were multiple enemies, it go back and forth, or in this case, it'll just be one of you, them, and then the rest of you, and whatever.
We're essentially just jumping him. We're just
Yeah, you're
jumping
basically
right
just
now.
jumping the poor guy.
Gang, let's get him.
All right, so give me a weaponry test, I guess.
Excellent. I'm going to use a grit.
Okay.
That is 2 successes.
And I'm going to give you basically a freebie on him because he was really kind of paying attention to Cassidy and urging Cassidy along. And you just sort of come out and just jab him.
That's what I was hoping.
And you got 3 successes. So
There should
you
be at least 3 in the cards. Right, 2 5s and a club.
You said 3. Yeah.
Oh, I got a club. Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I had 3 successes then.
You got 3 successes. You just need 1 to hit. He's not dodging or counterattacking even because, like I said, he wasn't really aware that you were going to attack. So what's the damage for your?
3 base damage.
3
for.
And you got 2 additional successes, so you actually do 5. You jab at the ghoul.
I've been wanting to stab someone with a cane sword all week.
So yeah, you stab at him, and it sort of stumbles back, making sort of a snarl. And at that point,
Is there a box skill?
It
Or
would
can I
be
just use
throw
thievery?
if you're throwing it, or weaponry if you're swinging it.
Also, boxing.
I don't have either stat. I don't have either dots in that.
The ghoul drops its guise at that point. And
It was holding
you-
guys? No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Couldn't help myself.
You see it in its full horrific diabolic form,
There you
which
go.
is vaguely goat, human, dog, demon, big bat ears, and wicked claws. And in fact, Ali would probably recognize it from some of his books, some of his holy books. It is a ghoul of Arabic myth.
I'll spit out the
straight up.
name of a Jinn as I see
Yes,
him.
it's a corrupt Jinn. And it swipes back at you. You can either use escape to try to get out of the way, or you can counterattack. Basically by swinging your weapon at it. And if you do better, then you hit.
I will counterattack.
Okay. Are you spending any?
I will spend another grit. That is 4 altogether so far.
Okay, and it's pulling 3 cards. I'll just put them down here. 2.
The 2 is
3.
mine.
Okay. Oh, 2 is yours?
Yeah.
Oh, those are mine. Okay. So I only got 1 success.
All
right.
I got 2 successes. With
2
this
successes.
2 of clubs.
And it got 1. So you hit, and you do your base damage of 3.
3! Yeah! Right after I name him as a specific Jinn, I
So,
slash his arm.
as I said, it drops its horrific. It drops its human illusion. All of you are required to make a shock test at this point. The shock test will be against horror. The way you do that is that you use your hardening. And what hardening represents is how basically resistant you are to different kinds of horror or different kinds of shock. Horror is anything supernatural. Identity is if someone lies to you, cheats you, steals from you, or that kind of thing. Violence is self-explanatory. Loss is if you lose something. It could be a person, an important object, a limb. You would need to make a loss shock test. In this case, it's going to be horror, as you see the demonic form of the ghoul. You can spend grit as usual. And just a little note, having a high hardening is great, but and it's nothing you all need to worry about now. But if your hardening gets too high, it actually has negative effects on you as well. Because if you become too resistant to things, it changes who you are. If you're very hardened against violence, you're not going to be as friendly of a person in general. So let's just do the test real quick. I'm just going to call out each of you. Let's start with Cassidy.
I have a 2, so I'm
draw your
feeling
2.
good about this. 1 and 2. I've got an ace.
Okay. The suit you use is the suit that's next to it, so it's diamonds. But you did get 1 success. So that reduces the amount of shock you take by 1. The amount of shock you take for ghouls is 4. So you lose 3 courage.
Okay.
And let's go with Ali next.
I have a horror of 1.
So you can draw that. You can spend grit if you wish.
No.
Okay, draw your 1. You got it. So you reduce it by 1, and that would be 3 for you as well. And let's do Luna.
That would be a fail.
So you lose 4.
You had
Courage?
so much faith in yourself just before the draw even happened.
You fail.
No, I didn't.
You fail. You fail next.
All I have a horror of 2, so let's get hard.
All right, 2. No. No.
Ah,
All right, so you lose 4 courage as well. So yeah, you were all a little shaken by this encounter. Who wishes to go next?
I'm pretty close to this. I'm pretty close to this bastard. I could give him a stab.
Go for it.
Okay.
I think my weapons is 2, yes. And I have a corpus of 5.
Okay.
Let's draw 1 and 2. And it's 1 success.
One success. You hit. What weapon are you using?
I have a hatchet and a Bowie knife. Both are 3 base damage, but I'll hit him with the Bowie knife.
Okay, so you stab it at the thing with the Bowie knife. It slips away, but you really nearly got it. And now, well, I think we have Yufei or Luna left. Or either
I guess I will. Yufei will. Don't have any memory or throw or anything like that, so does that mean I just can't throw the box at it?
I mean, you can. It's just you're not really great at throwing things, so you just draw 2 cards, take the best.
Okay.
Or take the worst.
All right, I'll do that. I will do that then.
You're not exactly a hand-to-hand combat person,
You got the black Joker, but black is
but
what
you
you
have to
need.
take the worst one.
Oh, I thought.
Oh,
you
just
always
missed
take
by
Jokers.
1. Oh, you do have to play the Joker. You're right.
Yeah.
In that case, yes, you got it. So you hurl the box and smash the ghoul in the face, and it sort of staggers backwards, trying to get the splinters out of its face.
Stab, box!
Box!
Luna, you're up if you
I
want to do
learned this
it.
from my
Time-
friend
yeah,
Donkey
time-
Kong.
Time to swing that chain that I was carrying.
Okay.
I got my knives,
Swinging
but
a
the chain is in
chain.
hand. So,
All right. Go ahead. You swing your chain.
That's 2 successes, and that's another success, and that's a discard.
Okay.
Is fortunate.
So you can either have 3 successes or get or 2 successes and a fortune. Which do you want?
I have no idea how much damage a chain will do, so I'll take the extra. I'll take the
Oh.
extra success.
I'll call the damage the same as the knife, just say 3,
Yeah.
and so that'll give you 5 total.
Yeah, I'll take the extra success. Yeah.
Okay. That and you just swing the chain, smack the ghoul upside the head, and it trumples to the ground. With that,
Oh, good.
you all just sort of bum rush the poor ghoul.
Good. I mean, we're supposed to be cleaning up things like that.
Right. So yeah, it's gone. Well, and you see it sort of slowly starts to dissolve as it.
That jacket that it was wearing, when it transformed and dropped its illusory guise, was there like a jacket that ripped or no jacket?
No jacket.
Damn! I was gonna call dibs on the jacket.
Nice.
Something about
can I
a
just
sleeveless
say-
trench coat calls to me.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm just envisioning it's like that scene from, Office Space, where it's gathered all around a printer. All gathered around a printer, just basically stomping it down.
Yeah.
Gathered
Pretty much.
all around a dead ghoul.
I feel obligated to do this. One of my viewers doomed me.
Oh, no.
So I will go ahead and honor that by throwing one of my charms in the trash.
Perfect.
Well, or it would go to me.
Yeah, it can go to you. Yeah. Thanks, Court.
We should have worked out how that worked. But
Yeah, sometimes I forget to talk about it beforehand, but yeah, I've been doomed.
Why don't we say for the future, if someone can either give one to me, or it basically doom you as a team, or in which case I get a doom, or they can give you a fortune.
Okay,
Sound good?
that was good. But since,
All right.
since I'm usually the game master, I feel obligated to let him actually punish.
Yep, that's fine. We'll do that. We'll take it for this one. So, The ghoul is you have made some noise, so you probably want to get out of here fairly quickly.
To the basement.
So you all scurry back to the basement.
Yeah, we got that moving shelf to investigate.
Yeah, Cassidy, we found something down here.
And you might want to have Cassidy do an actual peer at the and since you destroyed the ghoul, you all recover 1 courage.
Ah, nice. Yes, I will. When we get down in here, I will certainly peer.
Well, okay, so that costs you 1 courage, so that's gonna go back and forth. Basically you just don't get 1 back. And go ahead and give me a locus test.
Locus. I haven't rolled this yet. The sight locus 3. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, you're the one with the good locus.
1, 2, 3.
I forget what suit you use.
It's
You're a
spades.
spade, so you got at least 1 there. What's your sight level? 8. That's 2. 3.
I also have some cabal gifts that give into this. Cost 1 fortune. When using the sight to spear, you can spend 1 success to avoid taking the courage damage.
Yep. You can do that if you want. If you want to get your courage back, or you can keep the fortune, however you want.
I'll keep the fortune.
Actually, and you're going to get 1 from this.
Mm-hmm.
So
I feel like I might need the fortune in a second whenever I'm doing the other.
So you're keeping the courage loss, and you're getting another fortune. Is that how you're going to do this?
That's exactly right.
Okay. So that gives you 2 successes. So the information you get is as follows. You open your sight to the Aetheros around you.
I'm excited.
What happened? There it is. So this Aetheros isn't. Aetheros tend to be ranked between 1 to 10. This is a moderately strong Aetheros of level 5, rank 5. The manifestation of this Aetheros, and most Aetheros have a manifestation. And the manifestation is like sort of special effects that happen within the Aetheros. In this case, it's enchanted. And that means that the very land within the Aetheros feels magical. And as you open yourself up to it, you just sort of feel this rush of aether almost through you. There are effectively, the way this would work is there are extra, I put some tokens out on the table. Which you can use for any Cabal gift, or you can use it for any Cabal gift. Any hearts drawn are successes, no matter the quality being used. If there's a test made, right. And if the quality is already hearts, it grants a 2nd success. If a joker of either color is played, the magic, whatever you're doing, goes out of control.
Ooh.
Because it's sort of wild magic. You can kind of think of it that way. I'll sort of leave it to your imagination what can happen there, but you might lose lose courage, you might lose grit, you might actually take physical damage. I might just gain doom. There's all kinds of things that can happen, but we'll just sort of leave that to the imagination at this point. I don't have any actual tokens to do that, so I'll just draw some on here. We'll just call it, let's put them right below the fortune. Just draw a circle that's a terrible circle. I should have just done a shape. That's fine. Anyway, I'll cross these off as they're used if you use them. So yeah, you can use these essentially as fortune for using Cabal gifts of any kind.
Like any of us or him?
Any of you. Once he explains that to you.
Not much I'll need fortune for as far as Cabal gifts go down here. So.
And the quality of the Aetheros is Cardia, which means if you're attempting to have a revelation, you're using Cardia. Now, of course, the Stellar Moo has a Cabal gift there too that can be used.
I have 3 abilities that uses pretty much all my abilities uses fortune.
Right. Generally all of them, but like the first one, you use fortune. Most people have a fortune-free one, and then there are the sort of more magical ones that are.
That's how I do my formulas.
Yep.
That's how I talk to the dead.
Yeah. So yeah, basically your alchemical formulas, if you use one of those tokens, can be really powerful for one, or they can go out of control. So, since we're at 20 after almost, we'll move forward. Let's move you. You all are in the basement. You have this area that looks like it'll slide up away. If you want to do a revelation at any point, attempt a revelation, you've got 10 telltales, which means you get to. The way that works is you get to draw 10 cards. Yeah. You guys uncovered everything, basically. You did all the research. You get to draw 10 cards, but you need 5 successes to succeed. Because of the it's a rank 5. Sorry, 6. It's the level of the.
But we can't assist each other on that, right?
Yeah, but all of you can join in on that too.
I can draw 12 on that instead of 10. Because of my Scholar of Moo stuff. So
and you can choose to make it Psyche instead of Cardia if you want.
Yes.
Oh, that makes it hot fire for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it Psyche, and before I do it, I'm gonna spend one of my points to reset my deck.
Okay. Drop your point out. Your token out.
All right there, boom, token, and I did it.
I don't see it.
And you said that we could assist, right?
Yeah, hang on. I'll get to that real quick. Let me keep drawing on the thing instead of deleting tokens. And let me deal mine real quick. Oh, no, not that.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Deal 1 to me. Okay. So, assisting when attempting revelation. Make sure I get this right. The one wonderful thing about designing a game is you go through 12 different iterations of how things work. So when you go to run the thing, it's like, what version is it on there?
When we were reading Savage Worlds, I think Clint Black popped in the chat and said the same thing. He was like, yeah, I don't really remember which rules end up making it into the final copies anymore, so it's kind of fun to watch along.
Yep. Okay. Ranked considered probably based on event, courage, okay. Yes, I think the way, as I recall, I thought the thing was here on assisting, but I'm trying to not read the whole thing. Right, here we go. Other characters can assist. Assisting characters can use Locus or Mysteries test. Your choice. You're not going against the quality of the Theros. You're just doing your normal. It would either be a Locus or Mysteries test. As usual, you can only contribute 1 card. If you fail that test, you lose 1 courage automatically, even if the test itself fails. So, who all is going to assist, if anyone?
I believe. Let's see, I think I have a pretty high mystery actually. Yeah,
You do.
I will assist. I have 3 mystery.
Okay.
Both of mine.
Who just put these cards out?
Those were mine. I was trying to draw my 12, but then those were the only 2 I had.
Oh, here we go. There you go.
I will not be assisting because I don't have either of those skills.
Mysteries
I just shuffled your deck.
Locus, which is one of the sites.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, is anybody else assisting? I need to know that before he finishes.
I've got 1 in Locus, so I might as well try.
Okay, but remember, if you fail, you lose a courage.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So first, Cassie has to draw because Cassie has to get at least 1 success for you to be able to assist. You're looking for spades or anything under
8.
Because you're doing this using psyche, right? So anything under 8 or under. So successes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, you didn't get any fortune from that. That's crazy. Actually, you don't get fortune from these anyway. So it doesn't
Okay,
matter.
that's been my luck throughout this game, anyways. I just haven't been picking up any fortune.
What is that, 8?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yes. Now, but getting over the number of successes you need is actually helpful. So let's delete these extra ones. And Yufei, why don't you do your draw, your mysteries?
Alrighty, I got 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so you get to add a
2
success.
successes.
Yeah, but you can only add 1, so we'll just
Okay.
do that one. Add that one. Okay, and lastly,
I've got
Luna.
I've got
One card.
Locust 1, and Hearts is already my sight.
Right, so that's what you're using. And what is your Cardia?
Cardia is 6.
Okay, so you got it. You both help. So that's 10 successes total. So the way this works is you get it at this point, when you see or encounter the thing that will resolve the Aetheros, you will know, and you'll know what to do. And I just tell you, because you've had a revelation. You have ideas. They're starting to format. You haven't actually encountered anything that you think for sure is going to do that. But when you do, you'll know. The Aetheros' rank is reduced by 1 to 4. All of the entities in the Aetheros, their rank is reduced by 1. In addition to that, you got 5 over the amount needed. You can eliminate 5 of my Doom tokens.
Hey!
Wow.
Yes, please.
So basically,
Wow.
it's kind of like that scene in the original movie It, where the kids first fight Pennywise, right, in the sewers.
Yeah, basically this is you putting everything together, and because you're kind of getting a handle on what's going on, you gain a little more confidence, which makes things easier for you across the board. So
We walk
you
with
have had
God,
a
my
revelation.
friends.
You're like, okay, we got this. It looks like one of the panels, one of the shelves will move to the side.
I'll help move it.
Okay. It actually swings out fairly easily, but it scrapes on the floor a little bit, thus the grooves on the floor. The room beyond is already lit, and the light bulb in here is a deeper hue of red, and the light sort of throbs. It's sort of
I think this is the place that was told to us in the nightmares.
Before you is a cluttered workshop that appears to be some kind of mad mashup of a dissection chamber and an inventor's laboratory. There are multiple lights here, all of which emit a deeper reddish hue, and the pulsing of the light is more obvious. There's an autopsy table, cast iron tub, large glass jars containing various human organs. There are also several large containers of formaldehyde and other chemicals, as well as a lot of empty glass jars. There's a rolling stand that contains a complete set of surgical tools, as well as a few larger knives, cleavers, saws, and hooks hanging on the walls. Along the other wall, there are 2 workbenches, and the wall behind it is covered with an array of tools that would thrill any etheric engineer. One of the workbenches has curious stains, perhaps blood and burn marks. Scattered about are various electrical elements, including copper wiring, transformers, glass bulbs, etc. There are also 3 barrels of labeled Melville Whiskey Distillery, and a large closed cabinet along the wall. On the far side of the room, there is large oaken doors with a stout handle, a stout brass handle. I'm sorry, stout iron handle. Sorry. I do need another shock test just for witnessing this chamber.
Faye's gonna look over at Cassidy and goes, well, usually red light means scary.
In this case, it's going to be violence. The amount of shock received is only 1 because there aren't any actual full-on corpses. So let's just do this real quick. Cassidy, go ahead and give me a violence hardening test. Did that make it? I don't know. Violence is clubs. You do have 9, so you're going to lose 1 courage. Ali, give me a violence hardening test.
Nope. You got a 10.
Okay, so you lose 1 courage. Luna, hardening test.
I don't have any cards left.
Oh, sorry.
I have 2 in violence.
Okay, so now you do. Now you have cards.
That's a success.
I
Anyway.
just shuffled. Okay, so that's a success. You're fine.
And
okay.
That's yeah.
Yeah, you do technically have to draw 2 because you could get a joker. All right, so you lose nothing, and you fade.
Right, I got 1, so I got a heart, and my violence is club.
Violence is club. So no. So you lose 1 courage. It's just a little unsettling seeing all of this stuff in here.
And it would make sense that Luna isn't unsettled by it.
Exactly. So, there is the room before you, all these tools, gear, stuff, tables. There's a cabinet, a closed cabinet, and a door. And the scent of formaldehyde and other chemical scents is almost overwhelming in here.
Yufei looks around, feeling very uneasy, pulls out a flask to take a swig, and turns to his companions. Goes, "I don't like it here. Very, very bad vibes."
I think I regret shaking that man's hand. I'll brush it off on my clothes.
Luna just wants to stride over to the cabinet and open it before the door.
Okay, is that what you're doing?
Yep.
Okay, you open the cabinet, you swing it open. Inside the cabinet is a very tall man. I would not say man, person, or persons in one body. Whatever is in there, it's wearing sort of a very nice, what was a nice suit, but it's kind of raggedy now, but it's sort of a tuxedo. But you can see that its head has been sewn onto its body. Part of its head was sewn back together. One of the eyes is white and roomy. The hands are mismatched and are clearly of 2 different people.
Is this another shock test? This is
this will be another shock test. And basically, its eyes were closed, but when you open the cabinet, its eyes flutter open, and it just sort of looks at you, and begins reaching up, going. Rrrr. Anyway, shock test.
Throw a box at it.
This is a horror test. If you fail, it's costing 3 shock. So let's do this real quick again, Cassidy. Whatever your horror is. What is your? I don't know.
Mine's it's a 2, so that's not going to work.
Okay, you're looking for diamonds, so
diamonds,
you lose 3 additional courage.
Son of a bitch! Let's not do that again.
Okay. Ali?
I'm going to spend a grit.
Okay. You need diamonds. It doesn't look like you made any.
Nope.
Yeah, nothing. So you lose 3 courage. Luna?
I'm going to save my grit. Just draw the 1.
Okay. I think that's a success, isn't it?
My Numa is 5, so yes.
Numa is 5. Yes. So you lose 2 courage. And you fail.
I am going to spend 1 grit.
Okay.
I'll draw 3.
Okay. No successes.
Man, we are terrified in this basement.
Makes
So that's
sense.
three more courage. As this thing's going at Luna. Luna, you can act first.
It's to whap it with the chain.
Okay.
Uh,
This thing looks incredibly strong.
I will spend 2 grit to just
Okay.
toughen up and just wail with the chains. That's 5 cards.
All right. It can counterattack. 1, 2,
Oh no.
3, 4. And it's
Bad Joker. Failure. Failure. Success and failure. I have -1.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
All right. I was gonna spend a doom, but I'm not going to. So it hits you for well, that'd be 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, no, for 5 5 grit.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, that's not
And
great.
just
Luna just sits, just gets knocked on her ass. That's just, yeah.
Okay. What do the rest of you want to do?
I'll jump over the table and stab it.
Okay. It is going to
Uh,
spend a doom this time.
Yes. My corpus is 5, looking for clubs, and I'm only drawing 2. 1 and 2. 2 successes.
It swings as well. It's just using the fortune for an additional action. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes.
That's more than 2.
Okay, so it got 4 over you. So you take 3, 4 grit
Very cool.
as it smashes you.
This is not going well.
No, listen.
I think we might get that TPK I've been looking for.
This could go poorly. All right, who's next? I am low on fortune, fortunately, or doom.
I think Yufei, since throwing a box was helpful last time, he's just gonna grab like one of the random beakers or bottles of liquid in a jar and chuck it at him.
Okay, go ahead.
That'll be. I'll draw 2 and use the lowest one.
But you hit.
Hey,
Because a 2 and a 1. You throw a bottle, and this bottle of formaldehyde just like smashes and breaks all over the thing.
How very fortuitous for me. I, seeing this flammable liquid being doused on this creature, am going to spend one of the ethos fortune to use one of my Cabal gifts with the wild magic Greek fire.
hey.
Right.
Bro, fresh
Yeah.
golems do not like fire either, so good call.
So give me a let's see here.
It says to use
fir-
throw.
First but first you need to make the alchemy test to
alchemy
make sure
test.
that the thing works.
Absolutely.
And just also we see if the magic goes crazy.
All right, alchemy test it is.
I also say, like, every game I've been in on this channel, one of my characters throws stuff. That's his main way of attacking, throwing shit.
That was awesome too. So that is
3 successes.
2 successes. You can use that for 2 successes, so that is what you need. Oh no, actually that's 3 because hearts do it too because of the magic effect.
Ooh.
So you can actually 2 choices. You can either increase the damage by 1 or get a fortune.
I will increase the damage.
Okay, so go ahead and do your throw.
Third time. I will spend a grit on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, screw it. I'm going to spend 2.
Okay.
I got to draw 4.
These are all gone now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you need clubs in this case.
I need clubs, so I got 2 clubs.
They're both hit. Okay, but yeah, they don't, and that's a 1, so that'll hit. So a throw test requires, yeah. So you hit, and you got 2 additional successes. So you do 4. It was up to 5, 6, 7 points of damage.
Hell yeah.
So this thing just goes up in flames. But there's 2 people in hand-to-hand combat with this thing too, and there's formaldehyde on the floor.
Fire bad, man. Fire bad.
I am going to need each of you to make an escape test to get away from the fire before any of it harms you.
All right.
So that would be that's Luna and Cassidy in hand to hand with it, correct? So
Yes,
both
ma'am.
of you make a quick.
I have no escape skill.
So we'll draw 2 cards.
2.
Take the worst. What is your what's your corpus?
Corpus is 5. So 8 of hearts is not going to do it.
No. So you were going to take 3 grit. No, sorry, 2 grit from flame before you get out of it and manage to put yourself out. And what did Luna get?
Luna doesn't have enough grit to spend, so
Okay.
just drawing the 2 escape cards. That is
Okay.
a success and no, 2 successes.
2 successes will do it. You manage to leap out of the fire before it harms you.
Excellent.
The thing, Yufei still has an action, I believe. No, wait, did everybody go?
No, I'm the one who chucked.
You
the
chucked
bottle
the
of
formaldehyde, right? So everybody's gone. We're back to the beginning. Luna and Cassidy both basically used an action to get their action to get out of the way. So the thing is going to go. It makes a beeline for the door that you came through on fire. Just going.
Excellent.
What are you doing? Either Yuffie or Ali could take an action this round. Both Luna and Cassidy sort of defaulted to dodge, essentially.
Okay. What? Since throwing stuff has been so helpful, Yufei's going to. Oh yeah, Yufei has a hatchet. His hatchet.
Okay.
So he's gonna chuck the hatchet at him.
Okay. He's going to chuck the hatchet. You're not spending any grit, I presume. Just straight up throw.
Yeah, just gonna chuck it.
Okay. Roll to hit. I mean, well, play 2 cards.
Ooh. Come on.
You throw it, and it just hits the wall on the far side and bounces off. And he's still running, trying to run straight out of the basement.
I will. I'll attempt to stab him.
Okay.
Drawing 2 cards because I have weaponry 2. That looks like 2 successes with this ace of clubs.
Okay. He's not swinging back. He's just running. So 2 successes, 3. Still running. You jab it. It almost just doesn't even seem to feel it. It does seem to be feeling the fire, but so that is it for this round. Beginning of next round, whichever one of you wants to can go first. It is cleared this room and is into the other room at the base of the stairs. The base of the basement stairs. Good. Yeah. Yeah. Who wants to take an action? Or I'll just call Luna since Luna was first.
Actually, I have an idea. Does anything in this lab look like would look like oil or something slippery?
Sure. Over the alchemical area, there's definitely. I mean, in the tools and engineering
Yeah.
area, there's definitely some oil or something.
Yufei's gonna grab like a thing of oil or something. This time he's not gonna chuck it at the creature. He's gonna throw it ahead of the creature, trying to basically, create kind of a hazard to make it slip or something.
All right, give me another test.
All right,
There's 2 cards.
1 and 2.
Oh, well, that'll do it because you got a success with both because one's a 1 and the other one's a club.
Perfect.
You get it on the stairs somewhat with 1 success. If you want to spend any fortune, you can increase that. 2, you will have it, and it will need to make a test to not fall. If you want to make that 3 successes, it will fall on its face.
You know what? I have 3. I have not spent any of my fortunes. I'm gonna spend all 3 of them.
Okay, all 3. So that'll be 4 successes. I'll say it takes damage to that. If you want to do that.
Oh well, you said 2 or wait.
Well, you already have 1 success.
Okay.
So if you spend one fortune, it can make a test to avoid falling. If you spend 2 fortune, it will fall. If you want to spend the 3rd, I'll say it'll fall and take damage.
You know what? Let's do that. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
hell yeah.
Okay,
Let's see.
toss them out.
All right.
I don't want to tell you how to spend your fortune, but that's what I was voting on over here. Just let it
2
ride.
And 3.
All right. So, did I get mine? Oh, I gave myself cards. Crap. I'll see that one. This one. So yeah. So what happens is it goes charging towards it. It hits the stairs, but is running so hard and so fast it slips and falls face first on the stairs. The stairs crash and break around it, leaving it in a pile on the floor. With the now oil-soaked wood catching flames as well, and it's just sort of like flailing around a bit, but its flailing is quickly becoming slower as it burns.
I think I feel bad. I feel tremendous guilt.
Okay.
Just putting that out there. But it's like dying. Like it's
dying. It's definitely dying. Horribly.
Oh man.
Burning to death. And at this point it's just sort of, and like one of its arms falls off as the stitching burns through, and you figure in another few moments it will be no more.
Out of pity, I'm gonna approach it, and I do actually I feel guilty out of character. I'll stick my sword through its eye, just,
okay,
as an act of mercy.
It looks at you pleadingly. You're not sure whether to help it or to kill it, and you finish it off.
I feel so bad. Oh boy.
Sorry.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
On second thought, we could have let that thing run upstairs and ruined the whole party. Oh well.
You could have.
That was Luna's vote. That's why Luna didn't go first.
Me and you both. We both just sat here like,
All right. Well, you're here. You're thinking it's a very good possibility people upstairs have heard this thing screaming and crashing around. You haven't seen whatever it is going to resolve this Aetheris yet. You don't think this thing had anything directly to do with it. It was more just a
We
guard.
still have that one door that
Yes,
we
you
didn't
do.
open yet. Let's open the last door.
Who's
oh,
doing
I'm
that?
gonna close my eyes as you open this door.
Luna will go open the last door.
Yeah, if you had time, you could take some time and try to recover a little bit of courage.
If I took a 15-minute breather, I would be back up to 9.
Right.
If I get my card.
Yeah. If any of you have Inspire, you could attempt to inspire the rest of your group to give them a little something back.
So, are we talking about grit here?
Yeah.
Grit or courage. You can do.
Yeah.
You can use inspire to restore either.
Yeah, my
I
courage
have
is
inspire.
like a 3. That's why I'm closing my eyes.
Like,
So-
my
and opening
crit's at
forward.
1.
I can offer.
Um,
I'll offer Cassidy a substance.
You can do it for the group. You
Okay.
can- now I was.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay,
You can do it
cool.
for the group.
Cool.
So you can say some words of encouragement.
Oh no, I mean, I have something that can restore grit.
Oh, that. Yes, that's one person. Yes.
Yeah.
Give the
It says I can
grit
create.
to Sean.
It says I can
Sean
create
needs grit.
3 alchemical substances for per story without spending fortune.
Oh God, that's right. You can. I forgot about that.
I have 3 of those. Do I have to roll for
Well,
each one?
Yes, you do still have to roll to see if they work. You make a test to see if they work, but you don't have to spend fortune.
I will
So you spent
rapid
one on the
fire.
first one. You don't have to.
I did that for the wild magic, but yeah,
Right. You wanted to. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and do a test real quick for Gary. Alchemy test. 3 successes.
It works.
It works. That means Gary, you can restore all of your grit.
Okay.
And then I will do so for the rook.
Yay.
There's a success. I'm
Not
out
really
of,
doing anything so much as like taking something out, shaking it, and handing it to you.
yeah, I'm out of cards.
Oh, got it. I'll shuffle you. There you go.
I'm sitting at 3 successes, 4 successes, 5 successes for that
Oh,
one.
jeez.
And you got fortune.
Excellent. I'll take the fortune for that. You can regain all your grit. Are you hurt, Yuffie?
see here. I am down to 3 courage.
I can't do
Got
anything
3
for
courage.
that. Well, I'll make the last one for myself then, because I am almost dead. There's a queen. That's not what I need. There's an ace. I do need that. 2 aces. 3 successes.
All right. So all of you
Yeah.
are restored in courage. I mean, in grit, rather.
That works out.
And one of
so
those.
actually help everybody with with courage. I have inspire.
Okay, yeah, you could make an inspire test to see if you could restore a little bit of courage. What are you saying to them to do this?
Yuffie is gonna look at the group and then at the creature goes. It wouldn't, honestly, would not have bode well in our society. Come on, we're still on a job. You get to the bottom of this so no one else gets hurt. Is our duty.
Here.
Inspire.
Yeah, he said duty.
It's at least one
Duty to
success.
please that booty.
And
Gotta.
you're okay. So you had 2 successes. So everyone will recover 2 courage, except for Yuffie.
Yeah. Oh, I can't do it for myself?
No, you're encouraging the others.
Said
It's
3?
something you could do for everyone else.
You said 3, right?
2. You get 2 back.
I think we're in good shape. Let's open that door.
Yep.
All right. The final room. Who's opening the door?
Luna's opening the door.
All right.
Thanks,
Alright.
Luna.
Yanking this thing open.
Yeah.
Papers all mixed up.
Yeah.
All right. You pull open the door. Beyond the door, the room pulses a deep, deep crimson red, reddish light that just floods the room beyond. Looking inside, you see large, sort of gallon glass jars lining the walls. They're clear. They have some kind of liquid, sort of pinkish liquid inside of them. They're sealed on the top with ceramic, and there's copper wiring that comes from each of them. And and copper wires joined together in the center, all like lead to the center of the room, where there's a metal post. You see crackling electricity coming along all of the wires into the post, and electricity going up and down the post. And then there's one larger cable that goes out of that metal post and seems to connect to the wiring of the house. It's what's actually wired. It's actually what's powering the house. Inside each of the clear jars, you see a human heart beating in time to the pulsing of the light. I do need another shock test at this point.
Horror or violence?
Where?
I think you're up first, Cassidy.
Yeah, go ahead. You can spend grit, remember.
And I will spend 2 grit.
Okay.
So I'm going to draw 4 cards. And for horror, only one was a diamond.
So you lose 4 courage.
Thank God I just got those 2 before we walked in the door.
I think I'm after him. I will spend 2 grit as well. Screw it. I'll spend 3. I don't want to go. I don't want to run out of here all scared. So I'll draw 4 cards as well. Only 1 diamond.
Only 1 diamond. So you lose 4 courage.
Well, so with hardening tests.
Oh wait, but what is your Numa though?
Yeah.
Oh, it goes to my Numa? Oh, my Numa's 5, so I have 3 successes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you get 5. Yeah, there you go. So you only lose 2.
Okay.
All right. It wouldn't have mattered for me. I had a 3, and I drew very poorly.
You drew a lot.
Luna?
Luna will spend 3. Right.
Okay.
Because
healing yourself against this
yeah,
horrific sight.
That gives me 4 cards to draw.
Okay, throw them out.
2, 3, 4.
So that'll be how many successes? You're looking at. You're using Numa for this.
Success. That is a fail, and that is a fail.
So you lose 3 courage. And you fail.
All right, I'm gonna spend 3 grit so I could draw 5 cards.
Okay.
I'm very low on courage right now.
Fair enough.
1,
That's a success.
2, 3, 4, and 5. I think
actually,
the 6s.
That's
actually
2. That's a success. That's a success. So you only lose 1 courage, because that's actually 2. 7 is actually worth 2.
Okay.
Assuming you spend the fortune
2
right away.
Man, I am at 1 courage now.
Okay.
Oof.
So, that is the room you see in front of you. You do realize you all have your revelation here that this device must be destroyed or dismantled to end this Aetheros.
Excellent. I would
That's what I was going to do anyway.
I know, but I mean, yes. In this case, it's fairly obvious. It's not always.
So it looks like I know that that's like batteries and stuff powering like an electric device, but my character.
Your character's going to have some vague idea. It's some electrical thing. If there was an etheric engineer amongst you, they would know a little more. But
I just want to make sure we take it apart and not blow up and die. So
you're not sure you could take it apart without because you don't know much about unless any of you happen to have engineering.
I have 1. I have a
Luna's
3
plan
science,
is to
but a 1
smash the
engineering.
jars.
Does any? Oh, I'm going to assume one of you peeks at this as well to see what's going on.
Yes, that's a
Yeah.
safe assumption.
Oh,
So
materia.
yes, there is one materia aether within the device itself, the center thing, the center post. Each of the jars contains a spirit. There's a spirit bound to it.
So since it's materia, can I peer at it with materia to learn more about how to destroy it?
Yes, you could try that.
Okay, because my materia is pretty high.
Yeah.
My materia is 3.
Mine's also 3. Would
I
you
only
like to
have
make the?
6, but I only have 6 hearts for sight.
I have no more fortune. Is there any way to get more fortune so I could actually talk to one of the spirits?
You can use fortune anytime you want. I just get 2.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out.
There's also the
Right,
ones
doesn't
that
matter.
are.
You can pull a fortune from the fortune pool anytime you want, but it goes to me and I get another one.
Yeah. There's also the wild magic ones that are sitting there. Oh, but that's only for.
Any
you know what?
cabal gift.
We're at the end of the night. Faye's gonna do that.
Do what?
I'm gonna pull a fortune from the pool, and I am going to use ability channel the dead.
Was that
Okay.
a cabal gift?
Yeah.
Then you can use the wild magic instead of pulling from the
Yep.
pool.
Okay, I'll use the wild magic then.
Okay.
It says cost 1 fortune, ritual test required. This ritual allows you to speak with the dead if you have an existing corpse. Only simple yes or no questions can be asked. The ritual only works on a corpse that has been dead less than a month, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Give me a ritual test.
All right. Ritual is... All right, I got 4 on that, so... 1, 2, 3, and 4. I believe about 2.
Okay.
So your diamonds. are
Diamonds. That's going to be
successes.
2 successes. What? 2, 3, and 3. So you got 3 successes. That's fine. So you're starting to do your ritual. I'm not gonna make anybody make a notice test. You hear people coming down the stairs from the kitchen. And turning through the open door, you see Von Omric with a pistol and one of the other ghoul behind him. He's stop, you madmen, stop! Meanwhile, Yufei has made contact with the spirit. You just sort of drew a little circle in front of one of the jars, and you see the spirit sort of rise up from the jar, that of a young woman, and you actually recognize her face from photos in Ms. Kindle's house. It's Dolores Duvall. So,
All right.
how are you all reacting to Von Omric?
By Dolores Duvall, do you mean the dead girl?
The dead girl.
Is she alive?
No,
connected
she's a
with her
spirit.
Oh, you connected to the spirit. I'm
of her
sorry.
heart.
I'm sorry.
I'm channeling her.
Dolores Duvall was a spirit.
Okay, that makes way more sense. I thought we got.
She was the most recent one, so she's the one he got.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Rave or Luna will just shout back. "Yeah, you're the madman. Look what you've wrought."
And
square
Dolores,
off to charge.
due to the wild magic here, Dolores actually speaks to you. Help us, please. Help us. Looking at Yufei, pleading.
Face just kind of like just channeling the aether and everything. Tell us how. We will put your spirits to rest.
Destroy us. Destroy the jars as fast as you can. I'll tell them not to harm you.
So it shall be. We'll tell your mother. Miss her.
Kill him. You hear from behind you. Kill them, rather.
Yufei's gonna just quickly turn to his companions and goes, destroy the jars!
Yeah, Luna will engage in combat with the ghoul that's charging us while they destroy the jars.
Okay. You turn towards the ghoul. What
I
are the rest of
dropping
you?
dropping the chain and pulling out one of the knives.
Okay. How are the rest of you destroying the jars?
I will smash with my cane. I feel like the cane as a cane's better at smashing than a sword.
Yes,
so,
that would be better.
So I'm
I'm
gonna
thinking the same thing. The backside of the hatchet.
Okay, that works.
Yufei's gonna do the same with his hatchet.
Okay. So you just start smashing jars. I'm gonna sort of, since we're at the end of the night, I'm gonna just sort of narrate this as it would go. Luna ducks at the ghoul as you begin smashing jars. Spirits begin rising from them, crackling with electricity, screaming. You get the sense that if Dolores Duval was not holding them back and telling them what was going on, they would be attacking you. But instead, they turn. They see von Amrek, who trapped them here, and they all dive into him and the ghoul. Ignoring Luna, but you just see both of them horribly electrocuted and pretty much explode in front of you as these electrified spirits, all pass through them, screaming, and then they go up through the floorboards. The house begins to catch fire. Jars of formaldehyde explode, flame everywhere. What do you all do?
Time to go.
Yeah, T for time to leave. Yep.
TFO.
So you all beat feet out of the back this flames start licking up out of the house. Guests are running, screaming from the house. You're able to easily enough mingle with the crowd and escape as the house and von Amrek and everything burns to the ground, resolving this Aetheris once and for all. And you have completed a different kind of light.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That was badass. Yeah, I had a great time. That was great.
Mhm.
It is T for time to leave in real life as well.
Yep.
Thank you so much for being here, Ian. We always love having you. That was a hell of a game. This is a hell of a game. I've been Johanna, but don't forget to tell people where they can find it.
It's me, Casualty CDG, the co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. If you like movies, streaming shows, or video games, I suggest you listen to Fresh Out the Podcast. We have over 60-something episodes, which means that we are at least consistent. You can also come watch our show Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. in Central Standard Time, where we're playing games.
Consistent and a lot of fun.
And I am Vampire Bites. You can find me coming back here to join Fresh Out the Box for the Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition next month. Otherwise, you can find me at various Twitch channel chats and in the Discords.
And as always, I am the dastardly, dashing Michael Kapow, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is usually at Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO, or my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Michael Pow Does Stuff, because I do a lot of stuff like my YouTube channel, Fantastic Tales of Venture, and also my upcoming schedule is, tomorrow at, I want to say 2 p.m.-ish, I will be on the Toyzilla Network channel. We'll be doing an interview with voice actor David Vincent, who voiced Grimjow on Bleach. And then on Wednesday around, I want to say 7:30 p.m., we're going to be interviewing Gray Delisle, who voices Daphne from Scooby-Doo. And I'm also going to be here in next month for the Vampire game. Oh, and also D'Angelo's Homies and Horror game, playing some Hunter the Reckoning on October 9th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Zoinks.
And I'm Ian Lemke. I've been the narrator this evening. I'm the owner of Nepenthe Games. You can find Nepenthe Games online at nepenthegames.com or on Twitter or Facebook at Nepenthe Games. And of course, please check out the Kickstarter. Nevermore, a role-playing game of American Gothic horror, is the preview page is up now.
This game is a lot of fun. Check it out. But in the meantime, stay fresh.